It's game day on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Onalaska Hilltoppers High School football on CRSN.
Larson in the shotgun. Waits over the middle. Burnett's wide open. Buttes communication and coverage, and Matty Burnett just walks into the end zone like he's strolling for a Sunday walk.
Welcome to the WIAA Level 2 High School Football Playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Tonight, the number 7 seed Onalaska Hilltoppers take on the Rice Lake Warriors. All of tonight's WIAA Level 2 playoff action on CRSN is brought to you by Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance Agency of Onalaska. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center. Natural, gentle, and effective care. Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling Service, La Crosse's leader in waste management solutions. Every Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving the La Crosse area since 1969. Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. And by Slumberland Furniture, design your way at Slumberland Furniture. Here with the call from Rice Lake High School in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, your CRSN crew, Scotty Gran and Shane Schmeling.
And welcome to Rice Lake, Wisconsin for Level 2 playoff action here on the Coulee Region Sports Network. The Onalaska Hilltoppers, the 7 seed, travel to take on the 3 seed, the Rice Lake Warriors, here tonight in what should be a very, very entertaining matchup. Scotty Graham, the coach, Shane Schmeling, of course, Jeff Ross on camera. Rick Frankie's he's not on vacation. Okay, he wanted me to clarify this week. He's not on vacation. He's still in Florida, however, he should be back with us next week from what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, Coach.
I texted with him the other day, and he said it was 87 and sunny, so
yeah,
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell him we're at Pug Lund Field tonight for this one, if he can hear me, but I'm sure he can. But this should be an interesting game. We got a lot to get to. We got the Coaches Show coming up. Coach and I will break down this matchup and talk about a few other things going on in the Coulee region tonight. This is playoff high school football on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
WIAA Level 2 High School Football Playoffs on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
With the oak and the eagle as witness, consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call State Farm agent Kurt Paff in Onalaska at 608-783-1130.
Imagine if you could feel better and live healthier without drugs or surgery. What if we told you that at Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we can help you turn that thought into a reality for you and your family with safe, gentle, and effective chiropractic care. At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we focus on treating the whole person at one of our multiple locations, located in Southwest Wisconsin. We are a team of family-oriented chiropractors who offer our patients quality care as it relates to nutrition and weight loss, exercise, and living a healthy lifestyle. From newborns to seniors and everyone in between, all of our patients can experience the benefits of chiropractic care. Whether you're visiting us because you want to feel better, get out of pain, or even lose weight, we want you to know that you've come to the right place on your journey to wellness. Through tailored and specific care plans, we'll create the best treatment for your unique needs. And we don't stop there. We'll listen to your concerns and make you a partner in your care. At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we don't just get you well, we'll help you stay well too. Discover the Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center's difference.
And we've had many customers for 50 years, the same customers.
I like to call some of our customers charter customers. They were ones that Grandpa worked for, Dad's been to their house, and now I visit their homes. Sometimes I work for their children or even their grandchildren. It's a really nice connection with community, really.
Well, Mom, what do you think? We've been in business for 50 years now.
And if we want to continue that 50 years, you better get yourself out the door and get to work.
It's the playoff edition of the CRSN pregame show. Now, here's Scotty Gran.
Level 2 playoff edition football playoffs. Man, how about that win last week? Pregame here on the Cooley Region Sports Network, of course, the coaches show, and head coach Tom Yashinsky of the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Coach, huge win last week. I think we all knew it was possible deep down from us talking and kind of going back and sifting through some of the conversation last week. I got that interception from Adam Skipton on my mind, man, to close that out. But what a victory last week, Coach. Congratulations. And I guess we won't be talking about basketball tonight after all, huh?
Nope. I don't know. We flipped on the film, and I think Aiden would echo this, but we flipped on the film last weekend, and we had a really good feeling. We thought this was a team that we matched up with really well, and I think all the kids believed it too. I don't think anybody in our room on Monday thought we were a 7 seed. The seeds are what they are, but I would tell you Mount Horeb probably didn't think we were a 7 seed either the way we played, and I know Rice Lake doesn't think we're a 7 seed either. Sure we are what our record says we are, but I think we're a lot better than what our record says we are too, and we showed that last week. And the ball had bounced the wrong way so many times this year. It was about time that it bounced the right one, and guys made plays. That was what Mr. Thierry told me after the game. He said, "Hey, in crunch time, your players made plays," and that was the difference our kids did.
Yeah, and we talked about that, Coach. But I guess myself, Rick, John, Papadopoulos from ESPN 105.5 all said we thought you were the most dangerous 7 seed in all the playoffs. And I really felt that the matchup going into last week was favorable from what I saw as well. Just because like you said, a lot of things worked your way. But at the same time, I think your offense was something that they hadn't seen before all season. So it was a good victory for you guys in that aspect. But the other aspect, the defense made some really huge plays. To your credit, you kind of mentioned it when it mattered the most in the fourth quarter.
I think we had them scouted really well. So if you look at it, we held the running back to 59 yards. The guy was averaging 100 and some a game. He had over 1,000 on the season. We held the quarterback to 66 yards rushing. And the 70-yard touchdown, Ben Foss read it well and was a fingertip away from knocking it down.
Yep.
The other one was an out and up that Cy Smith simply fell down on. And if Cy doesn't fall down, I think he makes a play on that ball. And then they had another long touchdown. I forgot exactly. I remember seeing it, but I forgot exactly what happened on that one. But they had 130 yards on I think 2 catches, and then they had 160 the rest of the game. So if Ben gets a finger on that one ball, they have to punt. So it's just some things. But I give credit to Coach Bushman for putting together quite a game plan. And then at the end there, we stuff them 3 times running the ball, and they go to the pass. And we knew, I told John, I said, hey, we're calling timeout here. And we saw, I said, getting, a front, we call it Arkham, but it's an all-out blitz, basically. I said, get in Arkham, and he put it on, and we manned them up. We knew they were going to sprint out. That's what everybody does on the goal line. We do that. But we knew they were going to sprint out, and Mike jumped it, and Mike was a step away from taking that thing to the house. So it was hats off to the kids for making plays when they mattered, and to hold them to 7 points in the second half, and to make those plays with their backs up against the goal line like that, and really the defensive line and linebackers, the entire defense, to hold them in the run game, because that's a team that wants to get the run game going, and I think that really frustrated them when they couldn't get that run game going.
I think that's been kind of the calling card of Bushman's defense all year, though. I don't think a lot of teams have really been successful running the ball against you for the most part. I think you've shut that game down. But let's move on to Rice Lake, a team that likes to run the football. You know what you're dealing with them. Obviously, their star quarterback, Cole Fensky, is the major, I guess you could say, I would say at least 70 to 75% of their offense from what I can see. They have a pretty big wing out with Alex Belangia that has got 10 touchdowns on the season. So maybe a little bit more of a dangerous opponent this week, in your opinion, Coach?
They're one of the best coached teams in D3 every year. I don't think anybody in the state would argue that. And I think they would. If you compare this to their 2018 team. The production is definitely different than what it was back then. They had 41 rushing touchdowns in 18. I think they got 22 right now. But their passing game is incredibly effective this year. That Belangia kid is one of the best receivers in the state. I don't think anybody can argue that with the number of attempts he gets. He's got 10 touchdowns on I think 29 catches. And he's getting 19 or 20 yards a catch.
He's 25 a catch.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal kid. I think he's comparable to Jalen Sample. He goes over the top of kids, and it's you're gonna have to force some bad throws. You got to hope for a drop or something, or an overthrow ball out of bounds. You're simply not going to shut the kid down. We don't have a Noah Skifton like we had in 17, where you could just throw him on a guy and he'd take out half the field. We don't have that, and I think we can defend the run fairly well. I think we've shown that this year. We did in 18 when we played them. We defended the run really well outside of 2 or 3 carries that really upped their yardage total. But that kid is at number 11. He's special, and he's a kid that we definitely got to find a way to limit his explosive plays on the night.
Yeah, and they also have Christian Lindau in the backfield, also a pretty good linebacker from what I saw, just kind of scouting them a little bit. So probably athletic talent-wise, you think probably a step above what you faced last week by far, or?
Yeah. I mean, it's a team that has a shot every year to make it to state and compete at state, right? I mean, they come out of a tough conference. They've shown in the past that they're perennially a level 4 playoff team, right? They made it there in 18. They won it all in 17. In 16, I think they were level 4 versus Green Bay Notre Dame. So 3 of the last 4 seasons where we played a full season, they've been to level 4 or state. So they're an incredibly solid team. Even when they don't have their best teams, they're still really, really dangerous. So. Yeah, I mean, the talent level, I don't know about talent level, but I know that coaching-wise, their coaches are going to put them in spots to make plays, and they're going to make it tough on us. They're not going to give us anything for free.
And their only 2 losses on the year to Northwestern and Menominee, to your point, Coach. And both those teams quality opponents. Probably both those teams will be, possibly level 3, level 4 teams.
There's of course, one loss between both of those.
Yes, teams. Right. Northwestern plays with Salem this week, so that's going to be an interesting matchup as well. So let's move on to the player portion of the interview. We got 2 this week. We got the dynamic connection from all the way from the OG middle school days. I can't believe I said that. Michael Skemp and Aiden Larson, welcome to the Coaches Show. You guys have had a dynamic chemistry throughout, your careers, and this season's obviously been special for you two. Talk about that a little bit, and what makes that connection interesting. Is it just an awareness of each other's playing, or is it just something natural that's come through the years?
I can take it this one. I just feel like me and Aiden growing up with each other, we've always had, he always looks for me, and I'm always gonna go there and make a play, and every time I just feel like he always gives me a little look, and I just know that he's going to put me in a spot where I can go make a play, and I just feel like he does a great job at distributing the ball throughout all of our players this year, and I just think that our connection definitely helps.
Yeah, Aiden, talk about the delay cross. That's one of my favorite plays, and there's two plays. I know it was a loss against Salem, but 2 times in that game, I felt like Salem had a good game plan as far as attacking you in the backfield, rushing the quarterback. But whenever you seemed to get in trouble, there was 2 instances in the game where you looked at the delayed cross to Skemp over the middle, and you rolled to the left both times. Talk about that. Do you just know he's coming?
Yeah, that's just our boot play. So we get a little play action in there and send Pika to the flats early. So to draw the outside linebacker, whoever's there, and Michael comes across late, and he's open. He tells me he's open on every play. So.
All right, Shannon Sharp, way to go. That's great. But hey, Michael, and I guess the other thing I look at too, it seems like the games that you guys were down or trying to come back in this season. And for example, River Falls, it was late in the game. You guys are down by a couple scores, but you guys go down the field, and I tell you, just a really good connection you guys have for a late touchdown to get you guys back into that one. Is that a mental thing, Aiden, that you're going to look for Michael in those clutch instances to get back into the game? I know Nicky's had a great season too. We don't want to say that, but you and Michael just seem to, when the game is down or if you need to come back, it's almost like you two look to each other. And I think that play against River Falls to kind of get you back within one score was big.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Michael does such a great job at the catch point, and like even if it doesn't look like he's open, right? Because he's a big kid. He's gonna jump over him, and he makes plays even when he's covered. So when anything goes wrong, whenever we need something, I'm gonna let him make a play and just give him a chance at the ball.
So Michael, with the cleats, 6'5", is that what we talked about last time?
Yeah, what was after the Central game? Yeah, I would say I'm about 6'3" right now. Cleats.
Now you're still growing?
That's about 6'5".
I was gonna say right now you're still growing. Is that what you're trying to tell us, or what?
No. I've been done for a while. I was thinking about this. I didn't even like the 6'5" part. I don't even think was me. I think it was one of the guys. I think it was like Ken or the one guy at Channel 8 or someone said that I was 6'5", 220 or something, and that's just way out of proportion. But you know what? I'm gonna go with it because why take it away?
When better looking guys on TV, other than myself on a streaming site, say you're 6'5", you go with it. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you go with it, man. Hey, and I want to talk about the touchdown against Toma. It was I believe third or fourth quarter. You got the ball. Actually, no, it was earlier, second quarter. You got the ball and you just took it to the house. It was just a simple out route. And then you just used your athletic ability to get in the end zone. Talk about that touchdown, if you recall, against Toma.
Yeah, was first drive? Are you talking about like?
Yeah, I believe it was early in the game. Yep.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was supposed to run a wheel, and me and Nash have talked about that a few times. I always cap off my wheel routes, but we had Matty Burnett going on a slant, and I thought, because I actually ran into the corner, and I thought for sure Larson was gonna throw that ball, but I think he had a bunch of pressure, so he rolled out. And again, I wasn't supposed to like go out, but I capped my route and then I stopped, and he again put it up for me to go make a play, and then made a couple of guys miss, and I somehow found the end zone. I didn't really think I was gonna get in, to be honest with you. I thought they were gonna call me down, but I just ended up that way. So
well, when you're 6'5" and 220, you have that long reach. Remember? So
yeah. Well, I think I did get in. But I mean, ball hit the ground. Maybe it was a fumble. I don't know. But yeah, 6'5", 220. That's yeah.
I guess between the two of you, what's your most memorable play that you guys can recall hooking up with each other through the years?
I think Lars got that one.
I think last year against Baraboo was special in my opinion. Just Michael struggled to stay on the field just with pandemic, and he had an injury at one point, and then he was the third guy, but Baraboo left him one-on-one, and he had 150 yards in that game, and everyone knew that's what he was capable of. But there were a couple plays in that game where I threw him a fade, and he jumped over a kid and caught it, and he had a couple touchdowns in that game. So that whole game was probably my favorite with him.
Yeah, that was kind of your coming out party, Michael, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that was probably my most memorable game for sure, because that entire season it was just messed up because of COVID, and like Aiden said, I dealt with like the injury for a game against West Salem, and then I was out versus Aquinas and Adam's friendship with COVID stuff. So yeah, going just that last game of the season, me having that great game, I thought that was nice. But I really last year I thought Landon and Hudson they played great. When they could. Hudson played the whole season, but it just kind of like I kind of knew I was going to be that third guy, and I was fine with that role because at the time they were the better receivers. So me having that last game to finish off the season was great.
Well, good luck against Rice Lake, you two. Hopefully we see another couple magical connections with a quarterback that has proven to be a great leader in Aiden Larson, and an unstoppable 6'5", 220-pound wide receiver in cleats in Michael Skemp. Thank you guys for joining me, as always, here on the Coaches Show. Good luck. All right, Gash, keys to the game this week. What do you got?
We got to stop. We got to limit the explosive plays. I think that's the biggest one. We know how talented that kid is, so you gotta limit those. And then we got to sustain drives and no special teams mistakes. Obviously, that's been something that we've been really good at times on special teams, and we've stolen some, and we've had some just blunders. And we got to limit those. If we got our kick return set, I think this week it's basically a modified hands team. The goal is just get the ball and get these guys on the field. So if we can do that and put drives together, it's going to be a limited possession game the way that Rice Lake likes to run the football. So we got to take advantage of everyone that we get. And, I think we know we can play them tough. We've shown that in 18, but it's also time that we go up there and take one from them because we've been up there a couple times now and come home empty. But I think it's time that we finally get to level 3. We've only been to level 3 one other time as a program in school history. So it's time for this group to leave their mark on this program's history.
Well, Coach, you've talked about wanting to turn Onalaska into a football school. I think you've done a good job of that. I think that would be a feather in your cap. Michael, I got one last question for you before we sign off. Did you and your representatives contact the Green Bay Packers about playing for them Thursday night?
What?
You and your representation. Did you contact the Green Bay Packers about possibly being scouted and being available to play for them Thursday night?
At 6'5",
220 in cleats. I mean, you fit the NFL build.
I could be the next Julio Jones with that kind of build. If Devontae goes out, you never know what happens. I might get a call. Might have to drive up to Green Bay tomorrow. So.
I was actually thinking that Rice Lake could send Belangio down there.
Oh,
maybe he could play. Then we don't have to defend him. I was thinking.
Well, that's a good idea. All right, guys. Good luck against Rice Lake. Kickoff's next on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Have you been wanting to shop for furniture but worried you missed out on the big summer sales? No worries! This weekend only, you get our best discount of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. And everyone gets an extra 30% off our already low Slumberland prices. Saturday and Sunday only, shop our wide range of furniture and in-stock items. Online too. You haven't missed it. Shop Saturday and Sunday only at Slumberland Furniture.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal. Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs. WIAA Level 2 High School Football Playoffs on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rice Lake, Wisconsin for Level 2 playoff action. The Onalaska Hilltoppers, after an impressive victory against Mount Horeb Barneveld travel here tonight to take on the 3-seed Rice Lake Warriors. And Coach, the last couple times these two have met have been in the Level 2 playoffs, with Rice Lake being the victor both times. In 2018, the Hilltoppers lost 40-25, and in 2017 they lost 42-13 here. That was the year Rice Lake won state against New Berlin Eisenhower. So a hurdle to overcome in the Warriors. They've kind of had Onalaska's number when they played each other. However, this is a different Onalaska football team from what we've seen in those two matchups. I think this is going to be very, let's just say, entertaining, I think, from what I'm seeing from the playmakers on paper on both sides of the ball. Your assessment, Coach.
Yeah, I think both teams have playmakers. Like you said, both teams have quarterbacks that throw it a little bit. Fensky for Rice Lake has only turned the ball over twice all year.
In the air.
Right. Has 16 touchdown passes, thrown for about 1,000 yards, and Larson for Onalaska about almost just shy of 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So very similar quarterback-wise. I don't think Rice Lake will throw it as much. And then they're pretty balanced, both teams, as far as being able to run the ball a little bit too. The playmaker for Rice Lake, Belongia, is the one that we got to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, Belongia is how I guess it was pronounced. I talked to the radio announcer before the game, but the kid is 6'3", 190 pounds, really smooth route runner from what I saw on some of the scouting that I did, and I thought potentially a D1 caliber talent. He actually is committed to D2 Bemidji, so he's already committed to a college going down the road after this season, but his number's impressive, and you look at the 25 yards a catch and then the 10 touchdowns, those two right there just stand out, because in this system, you know, usually it's not a big passing system. It's a lot of ground and pound, deceptive play action with the pass running, that veer that you're going to see with their main running back, which is Christian Lindo, and he is a fullback / halfback, you know, in that system that's going to get the ball quite a bit. So Rice Lake brings a lot of deception to the table. However, Onalaska's done a really good job this season against every team they played on the ground. So that's what I kind of want to see, how they come to this challenge tonight with a Rice Lake team that's very methodical and well coached.
Yeah, I think that's definitely their strength defensively. And then the other piece of that is, you know, Rice Lake doesn't turn it over much through the air, but they do have a tendency to put the ball on the ground once in a while in the running game. So, you know, coach is certainly hoping to take advantage of some turnovers. You get to games like this, a lot of times turnovers decide these games.
To your point, Fensky very good in the air, but he's had 9 fumbles on the season. Now, I don't know how many of those were lost, but he's put the ball on the ground 9 times. So something to look for in this game. And Onalaska, of course, on the season is a plus 15 in the turnover ratio. Rice Lake is plus 11. So both these teams opportunistic. Usually winning records coincide with opportunistic football, and that's what both these teams do very, very well. Other area action tonight going on. Our friends at ESPN 105.5. Of course, Mitchell Speltz is out at Northwestern tonight with Salem and Northwestern playing, and then Aquinas, the 1 seed, takes on Stanley Boyd. That's at UWL. And the game that I'm very interested in tonight, Bangor traveling to Cashton, which I still don't agree with, taking on Cashton as the 2 seed. So the winner of that game is going to advance. Now, from what I'm looking at here tonight, the winner of this game will play the winner of Mosinee or Baraboo tonight. And so Onalaska will travel either way, no matter who wins. However, if Mosinee wins, Rice Lake would travel to Mosinee, and they would host Baraboo if Baraboo won. So that's kind of how it breaks down here. Now, my question is, Coach, I'm trying to remember, isn't level 3 a neutral site in football? Or is that level 4?
Actually, I think it's 4.
Yeah, so it would be one more home game for each.
Yep.
All right, looks like we got the presenting of the colors here in the national anthem.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Pudlund Field on the Freeze Family Rice Lake Community Campus here at Gary State Bank Stadium for tonight's Division III Level 2 playoff football matchup featuring the Onalaska Hilltoppers and your Rice Lake Warriors! Big Rivers Conference of Rice Lake High School reminds you to support good sportsmanship. Please help foster that spirit of sportsmanship by appreciating the efforts of the players, coaches, and officials in tonight's contest in a positive manner. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask that those who are able to stand remove your hats and place your hand over your heart. Current members of the armed services and veterans may render the military hand salute. Participating in the pregame ceremony this evening will be the Rice Lake Veterans Center Honor Guard. Honor Guard, we thank you for your service tonight and your service to our country. And now, our national anthem, played by the Rice Lake High School Band, under the direction of Amy Pashby. Honor Guard, would you please post the colors?
And well done by the Rice Lake High School band here. Of course, Rice Lake out of the Big Rivers Conference, 8-2, 6-1 on the season. Coach, the two losses for the Rice Lake Warriors against Menominee and Northwestern. So I'd say those two losses are probably not too terrible if you look at their overall record and season so far this year.
Yeah, and the Northwestern game was a one-touchdown game. The Menominee game shut them out, but I think Menominee's done that type of thing to a lot of teams over the years and this season, so nothing to be ashamed of there.
Yeah, it seems like Menominee has like 1 or 2 down seasons, and then they're right back at it. It doesn't take them long to recover. But that's the same thing with this Wright Lace team. In 2019, they only had 1 win the entire year, and then they come screaming back the next 2 seasons, and look where they are now. And a lot of talent on both sides of the football. Now, it's interesting to me, the dynamics between the two as far as the running of the football. I do think Rice Lake has the edge in that aspect. However, I do think Onalaska has the edge throwing the football tonight. So we'll have to see how both these teams shake out. Turnovers will obviously be critical, Coach. The thing is with the veer, it's very deceptive. But if a mishandling of the football here and there can be an opportunity for a defense.
Yeah, I think the ball will probably end up on the ground a couple times, and you have to capitalize and come up with it. Sometimes you get yourself some real good field position out of that. So, Onalaska's got to take care of it. They got to be aware of Belange defensively as well, because he's got 8 interceptions on the season, and Onalaska's strength is throwing the ball, so they got to know where he's at.
Right. Elliot Nolan will be back in the lineup too for Rice Lake. They've been missing him the last couple of weeks. He's one of their big contributors on defense, and he had a broken hand a couple weeks ago, and it sounds like he's back. So that's going to give them a little bit of a boost in that secondary. He's a very opportunistic player. I was looking real quick, Coach, on the chat line here, and I know Rick just told me the same thing, but Leo Piccioni, I want to thank him for the kind words about our coverage this season, and thank you for following Cooley Region Sports Network all year. Of course, hopefully we got some more football after this, Coach, and then we'll be getting right into the winter season right around the corner. I do like the break between the winter season, though. I'm not going to lie. A big guy like myself, I like a little bit of that time off, to recuperate and see what's in my freezer in the basement,
Absolutely.
what I need to cook. But it looks like Onalaska lost the coin toss because Rice Lake is receiving. We got that answer now. Or actually, no, they've deferred. So they won the coin toss, or maybe – I didn't get to see it, but let's just put it this way. That plays in Onalaska's favor because they like to get the ball in the second half. So either way, we'll find out how this goes right off the bat. Ben Foss will kick.
Looks like a nice night for football. Flags hardly moving.
Yeah. Fensky and Belange back to receive for Rice Lake. To your point, Coach, that sets up well for the passing game. And Ben Foss to kick to start off this level 2 playoff. Man, this is going to be a great game here on CRSN. And Belange will get the ball. Wedge set up. Belange gets through the wedge, and he's got a hole. Belange on the first play of the game is going to take the ball 98 yards for a Rice Lake Warrior touchdown. What a wedge setup. by the Warriors coach. And Belangi sprung out of there and took it to the house, and not a great start for the Hilltoppers here.
No, but I remember a game at Toma a couple of weeks ago where they gave up a big play, second play of the game, I believe, right after the kickoff, and got down 7-0 too, and they responded pretty well. So a lot of football to play yet.
Yep, Alex Belangi, a 98-yard kick return for a touchdown for the Rice Lake Warriors as they set up 4-2.
Well, Coach Yashinsky talked about Belangi, and they had to know where he was defensively. They had to take him away offensively, and he's already made his impact on special teams.
As Rice Lake sets up, Fensky, veer motion, inside give, and that's going to go and good, and I believe it was Lindau on the carry. So Rice Lake gets on the board first here as a 98-yard kick return and a 2-point conversion put them up early in this one with 11:47 left in the first quarter, 8-0. This is high school playoff football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
I was really excited when I was able to get my master plumbers 10 years ago to be a third-generation master plumber in Wisconsin. Grandpa always wanted us to be complete plumbers. You know, we don't specialize in one thing or the other. You know, we can install your septic system one day, repair toilets the next day, plumbing residential homes, commercial buildings.
Well, Mom, what do you think? We've been in business for 50 years now.
And if we want to continue that 50 years, you better get yourself out the door and get to work.
And welcome back to Rice Lake, Wisconsin, Pug Lund Field. And I'm sure Rick and Wendy Frankie like the fact that Pug is in the name of that field. Rice Lake strikes first early, Coach, 8-0. 98-yard kick return by Alex Belangi. And I have to say, that was an impressive wedge that was set up by Rice Lake on that kick return.
Yeah, it looked like somebody maybe got an arm on him for a second there. He busted through that arm tackle, and then he was gone, and he's got some speed.
And the kick back, and Nicky Odom back to receive, and he'll take it from his own goal line. It's going to be a touchback as he stepped on the end line. So Onalaska will start their first possession at their own 20-yard line. Talking to Yash this week, Coach, and for special teams, he wanted to use kind of a modified hands team to kind of curtail some of the special teams miscues on the onside kick that have happened and plagued this team through the season. Saw a couple different names out there.
Now something a little different too. He talked to me about that. He said they typically just kind of pop the kick and don't kick it deep. So that time they changed it up a little bit.
Pistol formation, and the give inside to Kuhn. Kuhn will go up the middle, and he's got a hole. Great blocking there, and Kuhn is going to have enough, it looks like, for an Onalaska first down right off the bat. Good job by Trevor Fink and Caleb Yang inside to open up a nice hole for Kuhn. First down, Hilltoppers. Ball at their own 30-yard line, trailing 8-0 here early. We're glad you could join us here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Scotty Grand and the coach Shane Schmaling with the call. Larson gives to Kuhn. Kuhn off the left side. And a nice hole again. Going to get about 4 that time. Pretty good gain on first down.
Once again, Kuhn on the carry.
Brought down by number 51, I believe, Parker Owens.
By Easton Stone. Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Well, 2nd down and 7, so a gain of 3. Onalaska on their own 33-yard line. Larson. Strong left. 2 wide receivers left and right. And a flag. And the wide receiver, I believe, was over the line. I think it was Matty Burnett. So it's going to be illegal formation on the Hilltoppers, so a 5-yard penalty. That'll take Onalaska back to their own 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12 now for the Hilltoppers.
2 early runs. Looks like they're trying to, maybe set up the passing game by shoving the ball up the middle a little bit first. Feel them out a little bit.
Screen to Odom. Odom now gets a block, gets a couple there, and going to get probably back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a couple yards past. Be 3rd down and 7 here. Not a lot there for Nicky. Good pursuit by Rice Lake on the edge that time. Number 15, Max Nelson, making a good play on Odom. Larson in the shotgun, strong right. Kuhn, the only setback. He's going to roll left. Larson looking for a receiver, throws it downfield. He's got Burnett, and a nice catch by Matty Burnett. And a great completion for the Hilltoppers. The delayed drag, we talked about it in the pregame show, and it strikes again, but this time to Matty Burnett for a big gain for the Hilltoppers, their coach. And now they're on Rice Lake's side of the field.
Really strong throw by Larson there. That ball was on a dime and on a line. Really nice arm strength and good catch by Matty and a little bit of traffic.
Good protection, too, for Larson. He had a lot of time to set that up. 1st and 10 on Rice Lake's 44-yard line. Larson in the pistol. Odom in motion. They give it to Kuhn. Kuhn off the left side. Nice blocking. Kuhn going to get out there and closed immediately, and a good tackle by Alex Belangi there on the outside, also joined by Christian Lindo.
So far, it looks like Rice Lake is pretty quick defensively in pursuit, and they're bringing a lot of helmets to the ball right now.
It's a good defense, Coach. Very quick in the front 7. You called it.
A little misdirection may catch them down the road here.
Be 2nd and 6 on Rice Lake's 40-yard line. Warriors up 8-0 first quarter here on CRSN Level 2 high school playoff action. Larson, delayed give to Kuhn. Big hole up the middle. Kuhn, and going to be close. Looks like he's going to get about 3. Tackle made by number 58, Nathan Carroll. Carroll did a good job getting off that block, or Kuhn probably would have had a couple more yards there.
Yeah, that's 2 runs now where it looked like the hole was open, and he got through it, but boy, they're quick to the ball. Closed in a hurry.
3rd and 2 on Rice Lake's 36-yard line. Pistol formation. Kuhn the only setback. Strong right with Pika and Stir moving over there. There's Larson on the keeper. Larson going to get enough for the 1st down. A couple more. Nice stutter step to let the linebacker over pursue on that one, Coach, to kind of go ahead and get a couple extra yards.
Really good patience right there. Instead of slamming it up into a hole that wasn't quite there yet, he let the block play out, got in behind it for a nice 5-yard gain.
1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers, driving here with 8:50 left in the first quarter. Rice Lake up 8-0 here on CRSN. Scotty Grant and the coach Shane Schmaling. You hear those tones of the coach. Hey, you were on time today. I was happy.
Well, that doesn't happen often. So.
Larson in the shotgun. Kuhn the only setback, strong left. Larson back to pass, looking. Throws it out. Burnett, good completion, gets a couple extra yards. And not a huge gain, Coach, but gets him closer here, makes it a higher conversion rate for 2nd down, about a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Good job by Burnett, though. Nice precision route. Onalaska likes to run those. And they're continuing to drive. 2nd and 4 on Rice Lake's 25-yard line.
I thought Matty had a chance for a big game tonight because I figured Rice Lake is probably going to focus on Skimp and Odom, and Matty might get some single coverage.
Odom now looks like a wildcat. Odom going to go right. Going to try to get around the edge. The pursuit by Rice Lake, excellent. Odom gets about a yard, and he was lucky to get that. So the wildcat, really not much there.
I think it was Belangi there that strung that out.
And Elliot Nolan, we talked about him. He's kind of the leader back in the secondary. He's been out for the last couple games with that broken hand.
You won't see a lot of guys that can run with Nicky, and
no.
I think Belangi just showed that he can.
Belangi's one heck of an athlete, folks. I think he's a D1 caliber talent. Pistol formation. Larson on the keep. Larson going to get driven back. And Lindau on the tackle that time for Rice Lake.
Real close to the 1st down marker.
Tackled by Christian Lindau and a host of other Warriors.
See where the mark is here. Got to mark it about a yard short. Onalaska will go for it here, obviously. 4th and 1 on the Warrior 23-yard line. Big 4th down here for the Hilltoppers. Let's see what Coach Yash has dialed up. Pika in motion to the right, strong right. Blitz coming Rice Lake. Middle to Kuhn and a great tackle.
Play stayed alive. I didn't see if he pulled it back or if he actually lateraled the ball back to Larson.
And Easton Stone on the tackle. Oh, Onalaska got the first down.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if Larson pulled that back out
He must
very
have.
late or if it actually got lateral
He
back
must
to him.
have, because it looked like it was stopped in the backfield, and Larson must have had a delay keep on that one, and apologize. Great ball fake there by Larson. I didn't even see it. Pika strong left. Onalaska now driving. Rice Lake 17-yard line. Larson back to pass. Pressure coming on the backside. Larson gets away from a couple, but not going to get out of the pocket. Number 14 on the edge on the initial rush was Keegan Gunderson, and there's a player down for the Hilltoppers here. Is that Caleb Yang?
Line of scrimmage is the 20-yard line. Loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 13. Officials.
It is. It's the pancake maker down. Hopefully he's okay. Didn't really see what happened there. And we'll take a quick break here and come back with some more action. Rice Lake up 8-0 here early in the first quarter on CRSN.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal.
And Caleb getting helped off the field here. What a great season he's had for the Hilltoppers, and you hate to lose him in a game like this, Coach. He's been so solid all year.
Yeah, that'd be a big loss right in the middle of the line there. Looks like something, a knee or an ankle.
Next man up, though, right, Coach?
Yeah, this time of year, I don't think anybody's probably 100% healthy. So.
Oh, no, absolutely not. And if they are, they're lying about it.
Right.
So 5:41 left here on Onalaska driving. It'll be 2nd and 13 on Rice Lake's 20-yard line. 3-yard loss on the sack to Larson. Larson in the pistol. Kuhn the only setback. And a lateral. Nice play that time. And it was Casey Barth actually on the lateral that come around on that left-hand side. I caught that one, Coach.
Yes.
But, man, we were talking about that play with Larson and Kuhn off air. It was totally improv.
Yeah, Kuhn was stopped for a 3-4 yard loss at the last minute. I think he lateraled it over to Larson.
3rd and 9 now from Rice Lake 16. 3 wide receivers left for Larson. Ball fake to Kuhn. He's got a lot of time. Throws it out, and a nice catch. Play made by Adam Skifton.
Larson's pass complete to Adam Skifton. Fitzgerald on the stop for Rice Lake.
Well, Fitzgerald coming up with a nice tackle. Only going to be about a gain of 6. So it'll be 4th and 4 here for Onalaska, and they'll go for it.
That was a real nice tackle. Ball was there, and he stopped him right in his tracks. Single coverage on that, so if he gets through that tackle, he's got a chance to score.
Kuhn the only setback. Strong right. Larson rolls right. Looking for a wide receiver. Good coverage by Rice Lake. Throws it into the end zone, and a sliding catch.
Touchdown.
And it's going to be a touchdown for the Hilltoppers as Nicky Odom breaks off the route and makes a tremendous catch on one knee. If Calvin Johnson caught that, there would be a lot of upset Lions fans. But this is high school football. That's a touchdown, Coach.
Great throw, great patience. He was about to run out of time there, and Nicky with a really nice sliding grab, just barely staying in bounds.
The patience by Larson that time was impressive. He had the pass rush coming. He saw Nicky come off the route, perfectly thrown ball onto the right side of the end zone, and a great catch. And Foss will come in and kick the extra point. Foss Through the uprights and good. Mr. Consistency. Onalaska strikes back and answers. 8-7, level 2 high school football playoffs here in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're in for a good one. This is the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Have you been wanting to shop for furniture but worried you missed out on the big summer sales? No worries. This weekend only, you get our best discount of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. And everyone gets an extra 30% off our already low Slumberland prices. Saturday and Sunday only, shop our wide range of furniture and in-stock items. Online too. You haven't missed it. Shop Saturday and Sunday only at Slumberland Furniture.
Welcome back to Pug Lund Field in Rice Lake, Wisconsin for level 2 playoff action. The Rice Lake Warriors and the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Rice Lake up 8-7, but a good answer, coach, by the Onalaska Hilltopper offense on that drive.
Yeah, Larson was 6 for 6 for 60 yards that drive, so a really good start. Looks like they found some things they like in the passing game.
And back to receive for the Warriors is Fensky and Belangi.
I have a feeling the ball will not be kicked to Belangi on this play.
Fensky's pretty dangerous as well.
I think you'll see a little bit of a squib kick or something here.
And to your point, there it is, coach, going to be picked up by the Warriors and Traden Bader. And he's going to get around to the other side. Good pursuit by the Hilltopper special teams, and he'll be ridden out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So the Warriors will have their first offensive possession of the game, as, of course, they had the 98-yard kick return to start the game very early here. 4:01 left in the first quarter. And kind of what we thought might happen, Coach, both these teams getting down the field and scoring early.
Well, I'm showing Onalaska averaging 36 a game and Rice Lake 32 a game in that range. So, you know, we're probably going to see some points tonight.
Of course, Rice Lake runs that tight veer motion offense, but here, looking like a single setback. Well, you have two backs in the backfield, so there it is. Motion,
Ball's
fumble,
on the
and we
ground.
talked about it. And is Rice Lake going to get that football? They are, as Lindo very aware. Now, Cole Fensky has 9 fumbles on the season. That'll be his 10th. Don't know how many he's lost on the year. But when you watch this Warrior team, very polished but very susceptible to making mistakes in motion. And that right there is what happened on that last play.
Yeah, that ball was available for a second there too, but just didn't get enough penetration to get in on it.
2nd and 11 now for the Warriors on their own 35-yard line. Motion, handoff, inside, going to go to Lindo. And Lindo going to get a couple of yards. About 3-4 yards there. It'll be 3rd and 6. Stir on the tackle for the Hilltoppers. 3:05 remaining in the first quarter. 8-7 in favor of Rice Lake. 3rd and 6 now at Rice Lake's 40-yard line. Rice Lake been very good in the passing game this year. Look at the numbers, not traditionally their thing, but this year it's been very effective. And back to pass. Fensky puts it up in the air. He's going for Belangi. Great coverage and incomplete. Adam Skifton right there with Belangi, and a good job to get his right hand in there and knock that away. Great coverage, Coach, on that play.
Yeah, just slightly underthrown. I think he had a step on him, but he kind of lofted it up in the air and gave Skifton an opportunity to get underneath it and break it up.
So the Warriors will have to punt, and I wonder if they've watched film on Nicky Odom. You would hope coming into a level 2 playoff matchup, you know probably not to kick it to him. But we will see what happens here.
At this point, I think coaches are watching 20 hours of film a week at a minimum.
And the punt, and Odom's going to maybe have a chance at this, and he's going to let it go. Probably a good decision. 4 Rice Lake defenders there. And this ball's going to roll, and did it cross the, they're going to say right at the 1. That was close. The defender's foot was right on the end line, and I thought maybe they would call that. But Onalaska's going to get the ball at their own half-yard line.
59-yard punt.
Great special teams play by the Warriors.
Yeah, Nicky initially was waving that off and getting out of the way, and then I think he thought about trying to go get it, and at the last minute just thought he better play it safe, and it unfortunately took a took a hop for Rice Lake, pinned Onalaska deep.
Yeah, there was 4 Rice Lake special teamers back there. And now Onalaska pinned back in their own end of the field. You got to think that they're just going to get a couple extra yards here to start. But Coach Yash has fooled me before.
I was just going to say, I would say that for most coaches. Yash, he likes to play the wild card once in a while.
And he's got no running back in the backfield. Larson with pursuit, throws the ball and just throws it away. And a good job by Larson that time.
Larson's pass incomplete.
Good pass rush from Rice Lake. Easton Stone coming from that right side. Good job by Larson to get rid of that football.
Yeah, nice job getting outside the contain there and buying himself a little time, and then realized there was nothing there.
I guess we were both kind of right on that last call, Coach, because you just never know with Yash what he's going to pull out of the old trick book. Single setback. Larson, Odom to the outside, and he's going to get out and probably about a half a yard. Rice Lake trying to say he was in the end zone. He was clearly out of the end zone on that tackle. Looks like he got about a yard on that, maybe even not even that. Looks like they're going to say no gain.
Yeah, they are quick to the ball. They've had a lot of success with that play this season. And so far, it's looking like Onalaska might have an advantage with the quick hitters up the middle playing a little power football when they're trying to run it.
Larson deep, single setback is Kuhn. Back to pass. He's in trouble. Larson going to get sacked for a safety. Yeah. Larson couldn't get out of the end zone, and Rice Lake puts 2 extra points on the board. So a costly mistake there for the Hilltoppers, and they'll have to kick to the Warriors, with them taking the lead now 10-7 on that safety. 1:36 left in the first quarter here. We'll keep it here, Coach. Coulee Region Sports Network would like to thank some of our sponsors. Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance Agency of Onalaska. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center, natural, gentle, and effective care. And Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling Service, La Crosse's leader in waste management solutions. Special teams coach, it kind of is that wild card that can win you a football game. And Rice Lake there with a good deep punt. Onalaska couldn't do anything with the football, and a timely sack by the Warriors puts them up 10-7 now.
Yeah, a lot of games come down to turnovers and special teams, and especially come playoff time. So that's 9 points now, basically, for actually 10. I guess you could say off special teams for Rice Lake.
Yep. All their points, if you kind of add it up, like Coach said, special teams so important in the outcome of every football game. Onalaska's had some concerns in that facet of play this season. And they will kick it back to the Warriors. And a short kick. Going to stay in bounds, a live football. And going up the field is number 24 for Rice Lake. That's Calvin Kelsey, a sophomore, 5'7", 150-pound halfback. So now Rice Lake with decent field position. Going to start off on their own 41-yard line here. Good defensive stand last time, Coach, and this is going to be another critical one here for the Hilltoppers as they're back on the field a little quickly than they would like to be at this point.
Yeah, this is where you got to, maybe create a turnover of your own or try to get a 3-and-out and get that ball back.
Rice Lake coming out. Belangi up on the left top. Split backs left and right with one fullback in the middle. And Fensky going to keep it. And actually, no, it's Lindo. Excuse me. So Lindo on the carry, on the trap that time. Stir with the play.
Yeah, nice job by Ben there.
Yeah, they said Bolstead, but Stir was in on that play.
Yeah, he wrapped him up, and he's a strong kid. He wasn't going to go anywhere once he got his hands on him.
Well, 2nd down and 9 for the Warriors. Both these teams not running the football very effectively so far in this one. Onalaska's had a couple successful runs down the middle of the field as we almost are under a minute left in this first quarter. Fensky looking to the sideline for an audible. Three backs in the backfield. Motion. Give to the outside.
Nice play.
And a great
Ball's
play,
down.
and the ball's on the ground. Onalaska's going to recover the fumble. And it's going to be picked up by Aiden Sommerfeld, and a great hit knocked that ball loose.
I think it was Sebastian Smith that had some penetration and hit him early, didn't have it put away. There we go. There's one of the turnovers you were looking for.
Rice Lake puts the ball on the ground from time to time, and Onalaska gets one there. And like you said, Coach Cy Smith making a good hit. And I believe it was Calvin Kelsey that was out there running off of that right side and coughed the football up, and Sommerfeld, Johnny on the spot, and Onalaska's got new life here. Now let's see if they can do something with it. Two wide receivers right. Kuhn, the single back. Strong right with Pika at tight end. Larson in the pistol. Delay give to Kuhn. Kuhn up the middle, and he's going to get met immediately. Number 42 for Rice Lake on the tackle. Easton Stone, we've called his name quite a bit in this one so far, as the first quarter is winding down here with 20 seconds left, and Coach Yash might let this one run down.
Loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11.
And we have a timeout on the field for an injury or maybe a cramp here for number 56 for Rice Lake. Taye Schomer is how you say the name, I believe. Sophomore, 225-pound sophomore, Coach.
Oh, that's a big kid. Gets on you and I's diet plan, and he'll be about 260 in a couple years.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about my diet plan. And that hasn't been working for quite some time. So 10-7 the score here on CRSN, about 15 seconds left in the first quarter. And we talked about special teams. And again, you know, Rice Lake with a couple quality special teams plays has really set them up in this one. Onalaska, of course, had that long drive to answer with the 12-yard touchdown pass from Larson to Odom in the back of the end zone. And our first turnover of the game, Coach.
Yeah, they put it on the ground twice now. Onalaska came up with one of them. I've been impressed with Rice Lake's pursuit, their defense. So, you know, they've run a few of these slower developing plays, a couple draw plays here, and Rice Lake is they're just running too many people at the ball.
I watched the game against Northwestern back, and that was the one thing that stood out to me is their front seven was very active. I think they're kind of like Onalaska. They're a little suspect in the secondary from time to time, but that front seven is stout. They move around quickly.
And you can tell they're well coached because it's never one guy making the tackle. Somebody's getting a hand on the ball carrier, and then there's 3 more helmets there immediately. Coach Jasinski's got a lot of respect for the Rice Lake coach. Told me on the way up that he thinks this is probably the one of the top coach teams for anybody they've faced this year. Just extremely disciplined, very well coached. So far, you're kind of seeing that.
Yeah, very complimentary of the Rice Lake program. Of course, they beat them twice in the playoffs here in Level 2, once in 2018 and once in 2017. Onalaska looking to take advantage of the turnover here as we end the first quarter of action. Like I thought, Yash going to let this run down. Take a little extra time to talk about what they're going to do. After 1 quarter of play here at Pugland Field in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, Level 2 playoff action, it's the Rice Lake Warriors up 10-7 on the Onalaska Hilltoppers. This is high school playoff football on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs.
It's raining again. You're trying to sleep upstairs, but you're thinking about what's going on down here. How is your sump pump doing? Is it still running? What will you find in the basement? At Every Plumbing, we want you to sleep with confidence during the heaviest of rains. Our double sump pump with controller system will give you that confidence. It minimizes wear and tear on pumps, and if one fails, there's always a backup.
Back to action here on CRSN. Larson back to throw, and a deep out to Scamp. A little overthrown that time, Coach. They kind of got out of the break a little earlier than they normally do. That's all right. 3rd down and 11 now for the Hilltoppers. Just starting the second quarter here if you're just joining us on the Coulee Region Sports Network. Scotty Graham, the coach, Shane Schmeling, and, of course, Jeff Ross doing a great job on camera as he always does. Jeff can actually hear us this week. He doesn't have to worry about us saying things, that he doesn't hear. Jeff's like, what are you talking about? What don't I hear? Shotgun formation, Larson back to pass, going to go deep. And he's going for Scamp, and Scamp broken up at the last minute, and a great play on the ball by Rice Lake, number 82, Jace Fitzgerald, the 185-pound, 6'3", sophomore, actually junior, defensive back with a great play on the football there, Coach.
That's 2 nice plays by him now. And that ball actually hit Michael in the hands. Nicely thrown ball, but really nice play by the D-back.
It was a great pass.
Yes.
It was perfect, right on the money, just a great defensive play. So the Hilltoppers will have to punt.
Belangi is deep, so we'll see what Coach Yash decides to do here.
And that's going to be a flag for Rice Lake, neutral zone infraction.
See if Coach makes Coach think about it a little bit for perhaps.
I could see him doing that in this type of game. They're going to huddle up here.
Doesn't look like it.
Keep the special teams unit out. Be 4th and 6 now. And another neutral. They didn't throw the flag on that one, though. And the kick going to go to Belangi, and he's going to take it. Good pursuit by the Hilltopper special teams, and Belangi doesn't really have a lot of room to run. But Rice Lake will get the ball back here, Coach. Looks like at their own 21-yard line. Couple scores to pass on. Northwestern up 7-0 on West Salem in the first quarter, and Aquinas up 8-0 on Stanley Boyd. As that's a couple of scores that we'll be keeping an eye on tonight. Of course, only 3 other area matchups tonight in the Cooley region.
That was a great punt right there. Pinned him right to the sideline and kind of used it as an advantage to kind of pin him in there. So a really good directional kick.
And I have a score, Cashton up 13-7 on Bangor. That's the second quarter in that one. Fensky pitches out to Lindo. Lindo, and good pursuit by Cy Smith and a plethora of other Onalaska Hilltoppers. Connor Johansson in there. And a good job that time, Coach, by Onalaska to have that pitch toss sweep scouted out nicely.
So far, Onalaska's defense has looked really good. Rice Lake's points have, purely come off special teams.
And we kind of expected Onalaska's defense to be good against the run. The concern is Belangi. Can they contain number 11? Fensky. Split backs, fullback deep. Pass rush for the Hilltoppers. Belangi with a nice catch. All hands right there, Coach. Fensky throws it low where no one else can get it but Belangi, and a first down for Rice Lake.
Yeah, that's tough on a D-back right there. You got to respect his speed. Nice route, broke it off. Hard to stop that with single coverage.
Yeah, so far the defensive backfield for the Hilltoppers showing a lot of respect for Belangi's ability, and rightfully so. I think he's probably the best wide receiver they've faced this season.
Yeah, the comparison Coach Yash told me was to Jalen Sample. We all know what kind of things he did for Onalaska a few years ago. Pretty good comparison.
Split back, fullback deep. Motion. Fensky with it, outside, and he gets to the edge. Cy Smith that time not collapsing down on Fensky, kind of let him get out there from what I could see. First down for the Warriors, and they're starting to get some momentum here in that running game, as they're going to take it to their 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Warriors, up 10-7, 10-14 left in the second quarter here on CRSN. Level 2 high school football playoff action if you're just joining us. Fensky split back. Belangi single wide out top left. Inside give. And on the carry and carrying a few people with him is Easton Stone, number 42. Bolstead on the tackle. And a gain of about 9 on that carry, so it'll be 2nd and 1 for Rice Lake. The Warriors now starting to feel it, Coach, on the ground.
Yeah, a couple efficient plays here. A little bit of misdirection, quick hitter up the middle.
Out to Belangi. Belangi with a good turn after the catch. Look at that. He just plants that foot and exploded. It looked like he was dead to rights on the tackle, Coach, but just made one quick move, and that's what he does.
He is a talent. Big, strong, quick.
I honestly think he should hold off on that Bemidji commitment and see if there's a D1 school that comes a calling, because I think he's that good, and he's talented. Just saying. First and 10 on the Onalaska 33-yard line for the Warriors, already up 10-7. And Fenske and company driving down the field. Fenske at the outside looking for that option. And good decision not to pitch it there. He was thinking about pitching it out to Lindo. And good pursuit by Burnett out there, making a great play on Fenske. Second and 6 from Onalaska's 29-yard line.
They're kind of hitting their stride now. Fenske is really good with those ball fakes, sticking it right in the fullback's belly and pulling it out last minute. That's hard to see as a D lineman when you're getting blocked and trying to spot the ball.
Give to Stone. And he breaks a couple tackles, and it looked like he was going to get caught in the backfield. And some physical pushing after the play by Chase Margetta and Cy Smith. Stone with a nice run there, Coach. Looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, and he gains about 5.
Yeah, physical runner, high knees, pumping his knees.
You know, I always remember they said Adrian Peterson wouldn't succeed in the NFL because he ran too high. I laughed at that assessment when somebody told me that.
He had a pretty good career.
I'd say he did okay. Give to Stone on the inside off the left-hand hash, and he's going to get the first down. So far, a lot of Stone. You expect Lindo to be the guy that kind of carries the rock, but tonight, trying to soften up the middle of that Onalaska defense. Now at Onalaska's 20-yard line with 7:17 left in the second, Rice Lake up 10-7. Driving here methodically. And we have a timeout by the Hilltoppers. And we will also take a timeout. 10-7 Rice Lake, second quarter action, level 2 playoffs. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal.
10-7 Rice Lake from Pug Lund Field here in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. Coach, you were checking on Pug Lund. Did you find anything out?
I did not. I sent a message to a friend of mine that played for Pug Lund, but if it's the same Pug Lund, there's a Cooley Region connection.
I know it's not Gordon Rasmussen because he's from Nebraska.
Yeah, feel sorry for him for that.
I feel sorry for the Nebraska football program. What happened?
Boy, that program was one of the elite.
Oh, man, it's just it is in the dumps right now, that's for sure. The Big Ten probably wants to get them out of the conference. All right, back to action here. Rice Lake up 10-7, Fenske under center. Split back, Fenske back to pass. And he's going to look for his man, and breaking the route off nicely is Alex Belangia with his 11th touchdown on the season. And that looked very, very easy, Coach.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start having success running the ball up the middle of the field. I think the time out there was to maybe try a little different scheme, and I think they decided they needed to jam that. And boy, he was wide open breaking across the middle there.
And Rice Lake will go for 2. Up 16-7 now. Fenske split back, fullback, 2 wide receivers left and right. Motion and end around, looking for. And a great play on the football that time by Aiden Sommerfeld, and that's big right there. That could be something that comes back to help the Onalaska Hilltoppers down the road.
Yeah, and I think the receiver was open in the end zone, too. If Aiden doesn't get a hand on that pass, I think that's a 2-point play for sure.
So Rice Lake pounds it into the end zone on a touchdown pass from Fensky to Belangi, up 16-7 with 7:06 left in the third quarter. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network playoffs.
Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs.
So the Warriors up 16-7 over the Hilltoppers now in the second quarter. And Onalaska will get a chance to respond. Now, Rick just texted me. He does know some stuff about Pug Lund. Pug Lund went to Rice Lake and played for the Minnesota Gophers, which we know. He was an All-American in 1934. But you also said he coached at GET, Coach, that you thought, and you were researching that.
Yeah, I don't think that's probably the same person then who I was thinking.
Well, nonetheless, pretty impressive. Onalaska now get the ball back. Let's see if they can respond. Rice Lake has had a couple of big plays in this one. The safety, the 98-yard kick return. And now they march down the field and score. Onalaska had a good opening drive, but kind of sputtered after that. Let's see if they can get something going here.
Yeah, important to try to answer with some points here.
Give is to Kuhn. Kuhn up the middle. Going to get a couple there, and a nice tackle by Christian Lindu. Second and 6 for the Hilltoppers at the Rice Lake 24-yard line. As they bring out two wide receivers left and right. Single setback is Kuhn. Back to pass. Overthrows his receiver, and that was Skifton. Good pass rush that time on the edge by Rice Lake. I believe that was 58. Nathan Carroll in on Larson immediately on that play.
Yeah, Aiden was a little delayed on that throw. I don't know if he was looking for something downfield and came back to that, but the timing wasn't real strong there.
3rd and 6. This is a critical third down here for the Hilltoppers. Back to pass. Delayed handoff to Kuhn. Kuhn's got room to run, and good pursuit.
Ball loose? No.
Good pursuit that time by the Rice Lake Warriors. Number 51, Parker Owens on the tackle for Rice Lake. And Onalaska going to have to punt the football again here, Coach, deep in their own end.
Boy, there was another play where it looked like he was going to get the yardage. Big hole, and boy, Rice Lake just gets to the football in a hurry. I've been impressed.
4th and 2 on their own 28-yard line. And wouldn't shock me if Yash pulled out the bag of tricks here to get something rolling, change the momentum in this one, because Rice Lake right now is controlling the tempo.
Yeah, you know he comes into every game with a few trick plays up his sleeve.
And there it is, up the middle with it. Onalaska trying to drive for a first down.
That's going to be close.
That's going to be very close to the marker, and I think they're going to be a little short from where they're marking it.
Based on the close official, I think he's short. I don't know what the far official's got.
It looked like Larson went behind center that time.
Gave it to him.
First down, Hilltoppers. So that's big for Onalaska. See if they can capitalize here and get something rolling to get some momentum back in their favor.
Boy, that's a gutsy call deep in your own territory there. Riverboat Gambler, Coach Yashinsky. Maybe that'll give him some momentum.
The right time for that play call, in my opinion. I kind of had a feeling that might happen. 16-7 in favor of Rice Lake. Onalaska maintaining possession on a fake punt / give. And a big hole here. Kuhn with a nice carry that time, and he's going to get a first down for Onalaska. That right side of the offensive line opened up a gaping hole that time.
Yeah, there was a little misdirection there, and I think if they're going to have some success running the ball, that might be kind of what they need to do. You know, they got to respect Odom on the jet sweep.
1st and 10 on Alaska at Rice Lake's 44-yard line. About 5 minutes left before half. Aquinas up 24-0 now on Stanley Boyd. Aquinas looks like they're punching their ticket to level 3. It's only in the second quarter, though, I believe. You never know. Larson with the keeper. Good pursuit by Rice Lake. Man, they've been good up front. Nathan Carroll, Lindell, Owens. I mean, they were all right there. There was at least 4 Rice Lake defenders right in the backfield immediately. Stir coming off a little slow as well. Hopefully he's okay. 3 wide receivers to the right. Kuhn the single setback. 2nd and 11 for the Hilltoppers at their own 43-yard line. Larson back to pass. Odom. And immediately tackled. They said they're going to be incomplete is the call. Elliot Nolan, though, immediately in on that play, coach, to have Odom think about that a little bit.
Yeah, they just get to the ball. Their reactions are quick. He had a cushion there, but in the time the ball was in the air, they
Jeff,
closed
if you
down.
could zoom in on 25, you can see he's got a cast on that right hand right there. And they've been missing him for 2 weeks. Now, as a defensive back, it's very difficult to play with one hand. Good player, but just saying, something to look out for in this one. Larson, back to pass. Has Odom on that hash. Now rolls out. Intercepted, no, dropped. But, man, that was a good read on that football. Easton Stone has had a heck of a game tonight for the Warriors, and he makes a big play on that ball. Larson looking for Odom, breaking off that route, and Stone came over and made a good play and almost had an interception. And all he had to beat was Larson on that side of the field if he picks it off.
Yeah, Aiden's looked just a little tentative tonight on unleashing that ball. He was just a little off there as well on the timing.
Good pass rush so far by Rice Lake. After that first drive, they've really turned it up.
Yep. You start getting some people in your face, and it causes you to slow down just a little.
And the kick. Belangi mishandles it, but he gets it back. And look out. Kid's got some speed. Good block on the outside. And Belangi going to be taken out of bounds. Kind of runs out of bounds on his own, actually. Bolstead there on the pursuit.
I thought they could have called a block in the back there on Pika. Official was standing right there, though. Decided it wasn't.
So Rice Lake gets the ball back with 3:53 left in the second quarter, already up 16-7. Northwestern up 14-0 on West Salem. We'll have all those scores and break down the first half during halftime. Apparently, it's still the Scotty Grant Sports Machine at halftime, as Rick Frankie has decided I am the sponsor of halftime on my own. I don't know how that works.
I think you should copyright that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it already is copyrighted. Stone on the carry up the middle. Only got to get about 2, I believe, maybe 3. Good job in the interior that time. Nickram doing a good job in the middle. Bolstead also there. 2nd and 7 for Rice Lake at their own 37-yard line. Fensky back. 2 split running backs, one fullback behind him, motion. And the give is to Stone. And Stone up the middle. Going to get about 4 on that one. Bolstead again on the tackle. Bolstead's been busy here in this first half.
Just old-fashioned option football right here.
Yep.
Belly right up the middle, belly dives, and you overcommit to that, and you hit something on the outside. So,
speaking of option football, Cashton up 21-14 over Bangor in the second quarter. As Coach Gash graciously says receiverless football.
Yeah.
Fensky gives to Stone. Go off the right side. He's got a hole, and he's trying to power through. Took about 5 Hilltoppers to drop him. Cy Smith on the tackle, along with Ben Foss. First down, Rice Lake, as they are driving again with the football. About 2 minutes left in this first half, and they're going to hurry it up a little bit.
Stone's been impressive here.
He's
just
tough.
A physical runner.
And you look at it, and Lindo was the guy you looked at being the guy, but Stone tonight's been kind of the dynamic. Fensky back to pass. They're going to look for, look at that route by Belangi, and good catch that time, and out of bounds. Man, that route was just so quick. Broke that off immediately. They're giving him about a 5-yard cushion, Coach, and rightfully so. But another first down for Rice Lake. Driving now with 2:05 left in the first half. They're already up 16-7. Level 2 playoff football action here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Scotty Grand and the coach of the Lady Hilltoppers, Shane Schmaling, here with us. Jeff Ross on camera. And so far, Rice Lake has dominated the second quarter, and they're looking to add another score here. Fensky, motion, back to pass. Good pressure by the Hilltoppers. The ball is short, and Cy Smith's going to get a pick. That is a well-timed interception by the Hilltoppers. Great pressure by the Hilltoppers to have Fensky kind of lob that one up, and Smith right there for an opportunistic turnover, and Fensky knows he probably shouldn't have thrown that one.
Aiden Sommerfeld with great pressure there, got up in right in Fensky's face as he released it, and I think kind of maybe hit his arm, and because that didn't look like it was near anyone. So nice job by Aiden.
That is a big turnover. If Rice Lake puts that one into the end zone before half, you're talking a big mountain to climb. Now Onalaska going to be on their own 2-yard line. Of course, they have they have 2 timeouts, I should say. We'll see if they can make something happen with less than 2 minutes left in the first half. They might play it safe, too. Larson, keep in the middle. Flag on the play. Probably a hold coming back here for the Hilltoppers.
Christian Lindo on the stop. There's a flag on the play.
Lindo on the stop for Rice Lake. And we'll see what the call is. And it is a hold on the Hilltoppers. Going to be on Sam Bossman, one half of the Mighty Bossmans.
Yeah, the official mic'd up tonight.
That's kind of neat, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
Gives that more professional feel. Except these officials don't get booed constantly whenever they open the mic up.
Well, not yet.
So 1st and 11 now at Onalaska's own 1-yard line. Larson, motion, give to Kuhn. Kuhn gets a couple. And a good job by Brady just to get out of that end zone area and give a little bit more room for this Onalaska offense. And a timeout going to be called by Rice Lake, I believe. Yep, timeout Rice Lake. And we'll keep it right here.
I was kind of wondering if they were going to try to call a timeout and get the clock stopped there. I was thinking Onalaska might be best here just to not turn it over and try to run the clock out, but Rice Lake's going to not allow that.
If Onalaska does have to punt here in this situation, Rice Lake has favorable field position. So probably a good decision to take the timeout, see if you can get the ball with a little bit of time to make something happen. CRSM would like to thank some of our great sponsors bringing this Level 2 playoff action here tonight. Every Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving the La Crosse area since 1969. Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. And Slumberland Furniture, design your way at Slumberland Furniture. My entire house is Slumberland Furniture, Coach. I'm thinking about adding another theater seat to the theater room in the basement. I might have to go to Slumberland and pick another one of those up.
Is that where you were last night on your Slumberland Furniture?
I was in comfy mode in the Slumberland Furniture, that's for sure. enjoying a Packer victory, which I didn't think was going to be in the beginning of the night. But, man, what a game that was last night. Larson on the keep. He's got a good-sized hole, but, again, closing quickly on the tackle for Rice Lake, number 14, Keegan Gunderson. And another timeout. Going to be taking another timeout here, looking to get that ball back like we talked about. Keep it here.
Cashton Bangor is Cashton 21-14 at halftime.
That's at the half now?
Yep.
So Cashton with home field tonight as the 2 seed. Even though they lost to Bangor in the regular season and split the conference championship, we won't get into my soapbox again. Aquinas, last I saw, I believe 28-0 on Stanley Boyd. Go ahead and double check that here. 24-0 on Stanley Boyd. Northwestern up 14-0 on West Salem. Both those games in the second quarter. So for sure we're going to have one area team advance between Bangor and Cashton tonight.
Aquinas looks like they're going to advance.
Aquinas looks like they've punched their ticket probably early in the second quarter. I mean, how about that story? Aquinas.
Yeah, heck of a season.
Yeah. Just the numbers being down in football, and, man, kudos to Tom Lee and that staff. And Kuhn on the carry, and he's going to be close to a first down here. I think he got it. So Onalaska going to get a first down, and they still have 2 timeouts here, Coach. Rice Lake now has 1. Almost a minute left in the first half. Does Coach Yash roll the dice again? Or does he let this go to the half with Rice Lake up by 8?
Looks like he's not in any hurry here, so I think just
might be a good decision.
Possession. Yeah, I agree.
They get the ball back in the second half. Of course, they deferred the kickoff, I believe. Didn't get to see the coin toss. Blitz coming for Rice Lake. Larson on the keeper, right side. He's got a big hole. Larson going down the field. And he's going to get stopped at right around the 31-yard line of Rice Lake, or of Onalaska here. So does Onalaska take a timeout? They do. So Onalaska takes a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Have you been wanting to shop for furniture but worried you missed out on the big summer sales? No worries. This weekend only, you get our best discount of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. And everyone gets an extra 30% off our already low Slumberland prices. Saturday and Sunday only, shop our wide range of furniture and in-stock items. Online too. You haven't missed it. Shop Saturday and Sunday only at Slumberland Furniture.
And welcome back to Puglund Field here in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. The Warriors up 16-7 over the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers converting on a couple first downs here quickly, Coach. Got about 25 seconds left. Coach Yash takes a timeout. Does he roll the dice here?
Yeah, I think they'll try something. It's a little easier to be a little more aggressive when you're not buried deep in your own territory, too.
Yash always has the bag of tricks. We know that. Jet sweep to the outside, and the old hook and ladder. And there's Burnett, and another first down, and quickly up the field. Now, you got to think about this caveat. What does it take to get into Ben Foss range here before the end of the half?
Yeah, that's a good point with this big leg. That's an advantage most teams do not have.
Foss has kicked about 50-yarders in pregame. So you probably want to get around the 35.
Got to get about another 20 yards.
Yep.
Then.
Larson back to throw and almost intercepted. Hung that one out there and is almost picked off by number 25, Elliot Nolan. And again, he's playing with one hand really. That was a dangerous throw by Larson, and you don't see that very often from Maiden. Yeah, however, that was a good bait by Nolan. He was back about 7 yards off the ball and made a break on it.
It's a tough throw, an out pattern to the wide side of the field. That ball's in the air a long time.
Now let's see if maybe we see Michael Skemp time here. Quick give. Oh, what a hit, but bouncing off is Kuhn. Man, Easton Stone came in and just laid some lumber on Kuhn, but Kuhn getting a couple extra yards, and Onalaska's just going to let the clock wind down. The end of the first half of action. As your score at the half, the Rice Lake Warriors defending Pug Lund Field so far, up 16-7 on the Hilltoppers in level 2 playoff action. We'll break down the first half. We'll look at some scores from the other area teams and come back with second half action. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
I was really excited when I was able to get my master plumbers 10 years ago to be a third generation master plumber in Wisconsin. Grandpa always wanted us to be complete plumbers. You know, we don't specialize in one thing or the other. You know, we can install your septic system one day, repair toilets the next day, plumbing residential homes, commercial buildings.
Well, Mom, what do you think? We've been in business for 50 years now.
And if we want to continue that 50 years, you better get yourself out the door and get to work.
Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs. WIAA Level 2 High School Football Playoffs on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Imagine if you could feel better and live healthier without drugs or surgery. What if we told you that at Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we can help you turn that thought into a reality for you and your family with safe, gentle, and effective chiropractic care. At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we focus on treating the whole person at one of our multiple locations, located in Southwest Wisconsin. We are a team of family-oriented chiropractors who offer our patients quality care as it relates to nutrition and weight loss, exercise, and living a healthy lifestyle. From newborns to seniors and everyone in between, all of our patients can experience the benefits of chiropractic care. Whether you're visiting us because you want to feel better, get out of pain, or even lose weight, we want you to know that you've come to the right place on your journey to wellness. Through tailored and specific care plans, we'll create the best treatment for your unique needs. And we don't stop there. We'll listen to your concerns and make you a partner in your care. At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we don't just get you well, we'll help you stay well too. Discover the Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center's difference.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
With the oak and the eagle as witness, consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call State Farm agent Kurt Paff in Onalaska at 608-783-1130.
It's raining again. You're trying to sleep upstairs, but you're thinking about what's going on down here. How is your sump pump doing? Is it still running? What will you find in the basement? At Every Plumbing, we want you to sleep with confidence during the heaviest of rains. Our double sump pump with controller system will give you that confidence. It minimizes wear and tear on pumps, and if one fails, there's always a backup. Call Every Plumbing today for a free estimate.
It's the High School Football Playoff Halftime Show on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Now, here's Scotty Grand.
And 16-7 the score from Pug Lund Field here in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, Level 2 WIAA playoff action here. Man, what a football game for the most part. Some big plays, Coach. Of course, that big kick return to start off for Rice Lake. The safety for Rice Lake. Man, Man, Belange's as good as advertised. That kid is something else. He's very talented.
Yeah, he's been the difference so far, no doubt.
And you got stats for the first half, Coach.
Yeah, so I've got Larson for Onalaska, 7 for 15 for 74 yards and a touchdown, but remember he was 6 for 6 for 60 that first drive. So since then, 1 for 9. They've been getting a little bit of pressure on him, and the timing has been off a little bit. Kuhn with 11 carries for 51 yards. Larson 8 carries for 17. About half of Larson's carries have been for negative yardage, so that number's down a little bit. Nicky Odom, 3 catches, 18 yards and a score, and Matty Burnett, 2 catches for 31. For Rice Lake, Fensky throwing the ball is 4 out of 6 for 60 yards, a touchdown, and then that big interception that kind of we were hoping would change the field position a little bit there. Ethan Stone, 6 carries, 32 yards. I didn't even see him in the stat profile when I was kind of prepping for the game, and he's had some physical runs up the middle, which I think has then resulted in a little bit more open field for Belange because they've had to commit to the middle of the field. Speaking of Belange, 4 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown the first half, as advertised. Onalaska's run more plays. Plays are 36-19, but you got to remember 7 of those points, or 8 of those points, I guess, was off a kickoff return for a touchdown. So, it kind of felt like Rice Lake, I wouldn't say dominated the first half, but it felt like they kind of had control.
They controlled it. I don't think there's any question. The second quarter, they really took over, I think. Like you said, Stone was kind of an unsung hero in the first half for Rice Lake. I mean, just the ground and pound there. And then, Belange's Onalaska's given him so much respect. The 5-yard cushion almost on every play, not letting them get beat deep. However, that skinny post route for the touchdown was a thing of beauty. That cut was fantastic. And, that was any defensive back at a high school level would have probably baited on that one. Unless you're playing down in Florida where Rick Franke is. He said there's a ton of A-listers down there. But anyways, getting back to this game, I really think Onalaska's got to come out swinging in the second half if they want to get back into this one, because right now Rice Lake is controlling the tempo. I don't think there's any question about that to this point. Looking at some other scores so far from what I have, I believe it is still 24-0 at the half. And Aquinas is over Stanley Boyd. Last score I received from West Salem is Northwestern at 14-0. And of course at the half, like you said, Coach, the Cashton Eagles are up on the Bangor Cardinals 21-14. We'll take a quick break here, and then we'll talk about what Onalaska needs to do to get back into this one. This is high school playoff level 2 football. The Onalaska Hilltoppers and the Rice Lake Warriors on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Have you been wanting to shop for furniture but worried you missed out on the big summer sales? No worries! This weekend only, you get our best discount of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. And everyone gets an extra 30% off our already low Slumberland prices. Saturday and Sunday only, shop our wide range of furniture and in-stock items. Online too. You haven't missed it. Shop Saturday and Sunday only at Slumberland Furniture.
I was really excited when I was able to get my master plumbers 10 years ago to be a 3rd-generation master plumber in Wisconsin. Grandpa always wanted us to be complete plumbers. We don't specialize in one thing or the other. We can install your septic system one day, repair toilets the next day, plumbing residential homes, commercial buildings.
Well, Mom, what do you think? We've been in business for 50 years now.
And if we want to continue that 50 years, you better get yourself out the door and get to work.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal. Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs.
Have you been wanting to shop for furniture but worried you missed out on the big summer sales? No worries. This weekend only, you get our best discount of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. And everyone gets an extra 30% off our already low Slumberland prices. Saturday and Sunday only, shop our wide range of furniture and in-stock items. Online too. You haven't missed it. Shop Saturday and Sunday only at Slumberland Furniture.
And welcome back to halftime here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Level 2 playoff action between the Rice Lake Warriors and the Onalaska Hilltoppers, with Rice Lake up 16-7. And Coach, I mean, what do you think, Coach Yash and Coach Bushman, what do you think they need to do to adjust in the second half here? Because so far, I mean, even though it's 16-7, Rice Lake's had some opportunities to really bust this open. And, you know, if you're the Hilltoppers, what do you got to do to change the momentum in the second half?
Well, I think defensively, you know, we've given up 16, and 8 of those came on a kickoff return. So really, if you think about it in terms of points allowed, really,
good point.
And 2 from a safety. I mean, you know, they've had a little bit of success, but I think we're doing okay defensively. Offensively, I've just been so impressed by Rice Lake's defense. I think anything that's going to be slower developing is going to be a struggle because they're so quick to the ball. So I think you got to go with maybe some quicker pass patterns perhaps, or maybe some, you know, maybe a few more dives. They had a little success early with Kuhn up the middle a couple times. And obviously, I mean, they're going to need to throw the ball to win. So hopefully Aiden can get it going in the second half.
Coach, you got some fond memories of Rice Lake.
Absolutely. This is probably my second favorite high school other than Onalaska's. This was where we were fortunate enough last year to win the sectional final at Rice Lake against Rice Lake to advance to the state tournament. So yes, fond memories of this place.
Yeah. What do you know? Basketball right around the corner. Of course, hopefully we have another football game next week. And continue this run. But you can't forget about that winter sports season right around the corner on CRSN. I know we have a couple games with your Lady Hilltoppers. We got a couple games with the boys and Coach Cole. I know he's getting them ready to go. Talk about your girls a little bit. What do you expect this season? What are you looking at right now, Coach?
Well, I'm excited to get going. We start a week from Monday. I think we're going to be kind of young, and you know, some people may say a little inexperienced, but yet they're going to be kids that we're filling like off the bench roles last year that I think are ready to step up. I'm excited about what Anna Skemp's going to bring to the table. We're looking for some leadership out of her from the point guard spot. Ava and Emma Breidenbach, I'm both looking to step up. They had good summers in AAU. Sid Fulbach was another kid that gives us a little length. I've never really had a post since I've been in Onalaska, and she's about a 6-foot strong kid. Had a good summer. Ashley Fenn's about a 6-foot kid, so we're probably going to play a little different style this year. We've always tried to pressure and run. I'm not sure we have the personnel or maybe be deep enough to do that, at least out of the gate. So we'll probably play a little bit more controlled style, and we just got to have some kids. You know, sometimes kids just need an opportunity when they're coming off the bench and filling in. And then the following year, you get some graduations and some injuries, and some kids just get some opportunities. I think they're ready. I'm very confident they're going to get off to a good start.
Yeah, we hope so as well, Coach. You know, if you know, say you know you stop doing the coaching thing, you're always welcome to come here with us. You've done a great job for the football season, so we appreciate it. But looking forward to basketball as well. I mean, that's always you know, the turn of the leaves, and then you got the bounce of the ball right after it. And sorry, I'm a little distracted. I see the grills going over in the concession stand over there. You know, you can't have a Scotty Graham broadcast without talking about food. I was mentioning to Jeff the plethora of fast food establishments that we can hit on the way home. However, I'll most likely just ride home and eat something that I have at the house. That's usually how it rolls. Anyway, score at the half still 16-7. About 2 minutes till we start off the second half. Man, let's go over scores one more time here. Before we get back into this one, I got a couple updates Rick Frankie sent me. It's 21-7 Northwestern. Got the half over West Salem. Aquinas up 24-0 on Stanley Boyd at the half. And, of course, Bangor down 21-14 against Cashton tonight, level 2 playoff action. Of course, the winner of that game will be an area team that advances. Aquinas looks like they may have punched their ticket to go on to level 3. Second half action starting up here really soon. 16-7 in favor of the Rice Lake Warriors. This is level 2 playoff football action on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
It's raining again. You're trying to sleep upstairs, but you're thinking about what's going on down here. How is your sump pump doing? Is it still running? What will you find in the basement? At Every Plumbing, we want you to sleep with confidence during the heaviest of rains. Our double sump pump with controller system will give you that confidence. It minimizes wear and tear on pumps, and if one fails, there's always a backup. Call Every Plumbing today for a free estimate.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal.
16-7 in favor of the Rice Lake Warriors here as we're soon to start second half action here, Coach. And if you are the Onalaska Hilltoppers, what needs to change for them to get back into this one?
Well, they have the ball first. I think it's going to be important that they sustain some sort of a drive. You know, I have a lot of confidence in Coach Jasinski. I think he's a great offensive coach. So I'm sure he made some nice adjustments at halftime. I'll be anxious to see what those are. But I think it's going to be pretty key to, you know, hopefully get some points here in the first drive, but at the very least just have some success moving the ball and find something that'll work.
Yeah, and I think, you know, they had a couple turnovers go their way. I'm sure they're disappointed they couldn't capitalize on those, knowing Yash and the coaching staff for the Hilltoppers. But really, I mean, Rice Lake has really controlled the tempo on the ground in the second quarter, and you got to think if you're the Hilltoppers that, you know, you don't want to give up the big play to Belangi, but you also at the same time got to shut down this running game because right now Rice Lake is just doing what they want to do offensively.
Yeah, they're multi-threat for sure. I've just been impressed by the Ethan Stone kid. I was just looking. He's a 6'1", 199-pound sophomore. Very, just a football player, a physical kid. Had some big hits on defense. Thus far, I think Rice Lake has been the more physical team, which I'm not sure I expected. You know, I think for Onalaska to have some success, Aiden's got to have a good second half here, and he's more than capable.
Well, Coach Dan Hill has been here for quite some time and has had some success. Of course, he has a state championship under his belt in 2017, so this program's been very good through the years. But the one thing that you always talked about with Rice Lake is the running game, and really, you know, Stone aside, Onalaska's done a good job on the edges like they always do, but you don't talk about the passing attack, and Belangi and Fensky have a really good connection, and Belangi is a talent that I think, you know, again, I would maybe reconsider that commitment to Bemidji. He's got a lot of talent. I think he could probably maybe play D1, but that's just my opinion. But very talented kid, and he's kind of been a difference maker in this one so far.
Yeah, you know, I think one adjustment back to, you know, what can they do differently. It wouldn't surprise me if they maybe try to bring a corner up and do a little press coverage and roll a safety over the top. So far, they've kind of played him one-on-one, and again, you got to respect that speed so much. He's had some big cushions. So, but the downside of that is if you commit another player to him, now all of a sudden that middle of the field becomes open on some of that running game stuff again. So that's the benefit of being multifaceted offense.
Yeah, and if I'm on Alaska, you got to get the rhythm back in the passing game. You know, they started off so good early, and then, you know, just the pass rush of Rice Lake has been very good, but at the same time, get that neutralized and get some efficient passes, get the momentum going. That's what they like to do as we start the second half of action here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Level 2 high school playoffs, Rice Lake, Onalaska, Scotty Grand, the coach of the Lady Hilltoppers, Shane Schmaling, and, of course, Jeff Ross on camera. And the kick going to go back, and a long kick going to go out of bounds. Onalaska going to get good field position to start the second half here. And we'll see if the Hilltoppers can get something rolling, Coach.
Yeah, as a coach in this situation, you know, you're just looking for a kid to make a play. Somebody step up and make a play. A lot of times, you're looking for your seniors. You know, they had a couple big plays last week against Medford with Skemp and Larson. So, you know, I could see the ball getting put in their hands a little bit here, but somebody's just got to make a play, and you get a little positive vibe going, and it kind of snowballs from there. So I'll be anxious to see who's going to step up.
You know, Brady Kuhn had some success in the middle of the field against this Rice Lake defense. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, they try that a little bit to kind of counteract and get some play action rolling here. Strong left for the Hilltoppers. Larson in the pistol. Give this to Kuhn. Kuhn off the right side. Got a hole. Kuhn going to get a first down, and he's brought down by Elliot Nolan on the tackle. But Kuhn, a nice run on that right side and a good kick-out block, of course, by Ben Bossman to set that up.
You know, one thing I saw there is Rice Lake shifted to the strong side to kind of match the Onalaska set. and then they brought the ball back to the weak side and had some success. So maybe that's one of the adjustments we're going to see.
Yeah, Coach Yash very good at reading opposing defenses and adjusting. We'll see if that continues. Strong right. Kuhn, setback, gets the ball up the middle of the field, and Rice Lake in immediately. Number 58, Nathan Carroll, the first one there, and also Parker Owens. Going to get about a yard, 2 yards there. As Onalaska now on their own 49-yard line, driving here early. Welcome to second half action of Level 2 high school football playoffs on the Cooley Region Sports Network. The Warriors up 16-7 over the Hilltoppers right now. Time for Larson, going deep. He has Skemp and almost brings it in one-handed. A little overthrown. Skemp might have lost that one in the lights, Coach. Looks like he slowed down on the route. And we haven't seen Caleb Yang since he left the first half. Michael Hellickson's been in there for most of the second quarter and beyond, and hopefully Caleb is okay, but he came off with 2 people carrying him off the field, and he's been battling some injuries this year. He's a tough kid.
I was just looking at that, and, you know, that might have a little bit to do with the timing here.
Larson over the middle, almost caught by Skifton, couldn't bring it in.
Larson's pass intended for Skifton is incomplete.
Skifton hit it off the hands that time, and Onalaska's going to punt here, 4th and 8. Larson's still on the field. Probably a decoy, possibly. Onalaska had some open receivers there, Coach. Just couldn't get the ball to connect, and see if the Hilltoppers do decide to punt here. 4th and 8. And a flag. Is Rice Lake in the neutral zone?
I think somebody from Onalaska lined up there.
So Bolstead moves a little early, and now I think you're punting for sure at 4th and 13. So the Hilltoppers will punt. Belangi back deep for Rice Lake. And kicking it away from him, and a good decision. And I think they're going to mark it out at around the 23 or 24 from what I could see. Yep, so Rice Lake will gain possession at about their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that they're not going to give Belangi the ball in the open field if they don't have to here. So
I would say that's very wise.
Yes, yes.
From what we've seen so far. So Rice Lake gets the ball back early here in the second half, and if you're the Hilltoppers, this is a pretty big defensive stand.
Yep, again, you're looking for somebody to make a play. Somebody jar a ball loose, somebody get it on the ground, fumble recovery, something along those lines here. Shifts the momentum in a hurry.
And Rice Lake now, Fensky under center. 3 backs behind him, kind of a modified wishbone. Of course, they run that veer. And handoff, gonna go to Lindau. And Lindau gonna get about 4 yards on the carry. Of course, you might see a lot more of him in the second half after seeing a lot of Stone in the first half. Wouldn't shock me at all. Dan Hill, very methodical in what he does. A lot like Yash, plays chess. 2nd and 6 now for Rice Lake on their own 27-yard line.
I did not see any sort of adjustment there on the first play from the first half. It looked like the defensive lineup was about what they had done in the first half.
Fensky under center. Motion to the left. Stone up the middle. And he's going to be close, if not getting the first down, and he will. A gain of about 7 on the carry. Stewart on the tackle for Onalaska. And Rice Lake coming out with the running game. That's how they controlled the second quarter. Onalaska now got to dig their heels in a little bit. Rice Lake now at their own 34-yard line. 1st and 10. Fensky under center. Motion left. Give. Actually, option out Fensky to Lindau, and he's going to get about 6 yards on the carry. And a good pitch out that time by Fensky. Good decision on that option. Skifton on the tackle for the Hilltoppers.
Option football's fun to watch. Some won't agree with that, but that was great timing there by Fensky. Hung on to it till the defense committed.
Yeah, Nebraska was great at that in the 90s.
Yes, they were.
Weren't they? It's one thing you can go back in time with. Tommy Frazier, Eric Frost. I mean, they had some really good quarterbacks that could play that option, man. Fensky now under center again. Motion coming to the right. Stone up the middle, a huge hole for him. And big run for Rice Lake, and Stone gets it over midfield, and Rice Lake back in business, Coach.
Yeah, he's having some success there on those belly dives and runs hard. I think you're going to be hearing his name a lot over the next couple seasons, just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a very strong kid. Nickram and Batista playing in the middle, and right now they're getting pushed around. Motion right. And the give.
Ball's out.
Ball's on the ground, and who's got it? I think the Hilltoppers say they got it. And Rice Lake gets on top of it.
Ball recovered by Aiden Drost of Rice Lake.
Drost getting on top of it for the Warriors, and a good heads-up play by the right guard. Looked like a muffed handoff to Stone.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
Again, you got all those running backs and all these ball fakes, and that tends to happen from time to time running these type of offenses.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time it's been on the ground now. Onalaska's only been able to come up with one of them.
Ball not bouncing their way, Coach, in that department, except for the one time, like you said. Fensky, and he loses it again on the run. Good block by 42 that time, and Fensky showing off some moves, and he's going to get a first down for the Warriors. What a run by Fensky. Great kick-out block to set that up by Easton Stone. Man, Stone is only a sophomore, like you said, Coach, but he's a solid player. Don't want to take nothing away from Fensky. That was a great run, but man, if Stone doesn't make that block, that might be a loss.
Yeah, you can tell he's a kid that just likes contact. He kind of searches it out there. Good old-fashioned football player.
Rice Lake now first down on Onalaska's 33-yard line. 7:10 left in the 3rd quarter. If you're just joining us for Level 2 high school football playoff action on the Cooley Region Sports Network, Scotty Grant, the coach of the Lady Hilltoppers, Shane Schmaling, and Jeff Ross on camera. And Onalaska's got to find their way to stop the Warriors, as right now they're having their way. Play action for Fensky. Belangi open down the middle of the field, and that's a touchdown for Rice Lake. Belangi on the post route off the play action. And Fensky and Belangi make that look easy, and it's another touchdown for the Warriors. Good play action fake, controlling the ground game. And a nice throw from Fensky.
Yeah, you got to sell out to stop that run, and actually the coverage wasn't bad there. They had 3 guys somewhat in the vicinity.
Yeah, the safety came over late, though. That was the problem. I mean, if the safety's back there, you know, not letting that guy get deep, maybe you got a different outcome, but I believe Foss got kind of caught up there a little bit and got there a little late on the coverage. And a flag on the play here for delay a game on Rice Lake. Not many miscues for the Warriors tonight. A couple of things on the ground here and there.
Illegal substitution.
Good ball. Illegal substitution. Break the huddle with 12 men.
Oh, you can't do that. 12 guys on the field, huh? Rice Lake, though, controlling tempo right now. And they're looking to add 2 more to the score. The Hilltoppers now got to find a way to get back into this one. Fensky. 2 split, 3 back. Motion right. Pitch out and back to Fensky. Fensky looking to throw it. And good job by the Hilltoppers in the secondary to recognize that it was a trick play. So 22-7 in favor of the Rice Lake Warriors in the third quarter of Level 2 playoff football action. Onalaska looking to answer, see if they can. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
It's raining again. You're trying to sleep upstairs, but you're thinking about what's going on down here. How is your sump pump doing? Is it still running? What will you find in the basement? At Every Plumbing, we want you to sleep with confidence during the heaviest of rains. Our double sump pump with controller system will give you that confidence. It minimizes wear and tear on pumps, and if one fails, there's always a backup. Call Every Plumbing today for a free estimate.
22-7 in favor of the Rice Lake Warriors here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Third quarter action. And Onalaska desperately needs to score here on this drive if they want to stay in this one. Couple score updates. Cashton now up 27-14 on Bangor in the third quarter, so Cashton looking to knock out their rival. It's been a long time since Cashton's been relevant in the Scenic Bluffs, but this year they're looking to knock out the team that's won 8 straight conference titles. Nicky Odom. Odom to the outside. Good pursuit by Rice Lake. I have to say, you talked about it, Coach, and this Rice Lake team is the fastest team to the football I've seen this season so far. Nicky Odom usually making a couple moves and getting a couple extra yards, but nothing there on that play.
They're fast to the football and they're disciplined. They stay in their lanes, hold leverage. You know, again, Coach talked about how well coached they were, and boy, that's really playing out here.
Like I said, a couple score updates. Sorry, Coach. Northwestern up 21-7 over West Salem in the third, and Aquinas now up 32-0.
You know, that 2-point conversion there was kind of a big play because it keeps it a 2-point or a 2-score game.
Kuhn now with a big run here. Good job by Kuhn to bounce that back inside, coming off of that right end. And a good gainer for the Hilltoppers to start off this drive. We'll see if that momentum continues here. Coach Yashinsky and the Hilltoppers been down in games before. And if there's any team that can make a quick comeback, it's the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, there's probably not going to be any panic in him here. They know what they need to do.
Give us to Kuhn on the right side. A nice play over there by Rice Lake, and Fensky in on the tackle. And Lindau also there for the Warriors. So quick is this front seven. They have really controlled the tempo at the line of scrimmage in this football game. Definitely from the second to third quarter, it's been all Rice Lake defensively.
As I look, they don't look that big as I look out there. But
man, they're quick.
They are quick.
Instinctive.
Yeah.
Well coached.
I mean,
we talked about that.
Their bigger kids are actually at linebacker.
Mm-hmm. Strong left. Larson in the shotgun. And a pass here. Gonna try and go deep. Nice comeback, intercepted by Belangi. And there's a flag on the play here. I wonder what that's for.
I think there was interference there.
They're going to call pass interference because of, there was a grab as Skemp tried to come back to the football. So let's see if they do catch Rice Lake here on that. Good call out, Coach. Again, defensive back, we've talked about it, not looking at the ball. And sometimes contact happens, and in high school football, you might as well ring that up as an automatic. So pass interference going to be called on Max Nelson, and Onalaska is going to get a break here. But to your point, Coach, grabbing the jersey, not looking at the football. I mean, we've seen that all season too. I mean, and really I think that, defensive backs, you're kind of on an island out there, and you kind of watch these NFL players now. Not a lot of them really look back at the ball much anymore. No, it's a lot of, you're not going to beat me down the field, and I'm going to hand check you until I get called, And
they guarantee you they're being coached to look at the ball.
Yep. Oh, trust me, I'm sure of it. Larson rolls right, good protection, and the throw and a good catch made by Michael Skemp. And there's that Larson to Skemp connection. We talked about it on the coaches show and pregame if you got to watch that. And nice conversation with Aiden and Michael. They've played together for a long time and have a mutual respect for each other. Obviously friends off the field, and I don't believe Michael Skemp's representatives got contacted to play with the Green Bay Packers, or else he wouldn't be playing tonight. Belangi, however, maybe should get his representatives to call Green Bay. Oh, and a penalty flag on the play for the Hilltoppers. And I believe it's going to be a false start or illegal formation on the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, they just seem just a little out of sync on offense, and I haven't seen these kind of penalties on them all season.
I think, this defensive front of Rice Lake is making these offensive linemen and some of these guys maybe take a little step faster than they should, because I do think the Warriors have been quick to the football tonight, like you said. 5:24 left in the third quarter. Rice Lake up 22-7. And a penalty here on the Hilltoppers will take them back to the Rice Lake 45-yard line. Onalaska driving, 1st and 15. Desperately need to answer here if they want to stay in this football game. Strong left. Larson in the shotgun. Kuhn single setback. Larson, quick out, long and overthrown, and gets hit on the play by Fensky. Might have caused the overthrow. Looking for Skemp again. So it'll be 2nd and 15 for the Hilltoppers.
Now the offensive line has really given Aiden time to throw the ball this year, but tonight they've brought some pressure and been able to, just throw the timing off a little bit.
Strong left shotgun. And Kuhn going to get wrapped up immediately. And in on the tackle for Rice Lake, Trayton Bader. So no gain on the play. CRSM would like to thank Kirk Paff State Farm Insurance Agency of Onalaska. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center, natural, gentle, and effective care. Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling Service, Lacrosse's leader in waste management solutions. Onalaska got a mountain to climb here. 4:46 left in the third quarter on Rice Lake's 45-yard line. Jeff Ross doing a great job on camera tonight. Thank you, Jeff. At least you're not outside. I'm happy. And hit on the throw, and is it going to be caught? I believe so. Skifton got underneath it with his hands, and he did catch that football, ladies and gentlemen. I know that there's a lot of people waving that off, and that was a heck of an effort by Skifton to get over there. Larson's arm was tipped as he threw it, and Skifton read that and came back to the quarterback and made a good catch on the football.
Pressure again, making him get rid of it just a little bit before he wants to. Hit his arm.
Yeah. Keep talking about it, Coach. Just so good tonight. And I'm sure they saw something in the film that maybe other teams haven't seen, but Larson is not comfortable back there at all. 4th and 7. It's a big 4th down for the Hilltoppers on Rice Lake's 37-yard line. Rolling right, good protection, out, caught, Skifton, 1st down on Onalaska, and that's big. Go back to the old bread and butter. The rollout, quick out. They do that so well.
Showing a little life here.
They need to show some life for sure, Coach. It's a big drive for the Hilltoppers. 3:43 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 on Rice Lake's 29-yard line. Rice Lake up 22-7. Larson in the shotgun. Fake to Kuhn. Throws it out. And trying to hit Skifton. Looked like they were baiting that hook and ladder play again with Matty Burnett out on the left side.
I think that was Fitzgerald on the coverage there. Another kid.
Yeah, Fitzgerald's good. Yeah, he's a good player. Rice Lake's got a lot of good athletes on this team. And, again, they've lost 2 games on the season. Their only 2 losses to Northwestern and Menominee, 2 of the better football programs in the state of Wisconsin this year. So that tells you something about how talented this team is. We knew that this was going to be a football game tonight. Onalaska right now has got to get their bearings about them. Larson under center. Or in the shotgun, I should say, and Kuhn dropped for a loss. Fensky on the tackle that time. Rice Lake defensively has dialed it up a notch. And timeout going to be called. Oh, Kuhn's down. Hopefully he's okay here. Injury timeout. Maybe a cramp.
Rice Lake is just getting up the field on the defensive line, right in the middle, in the interior And it's just throwing the timing off on just about everything, whether Onalaska's trying to run it or throw it.
Looks like just a cramp for Kuhn. That's good. Got up right away and just pointed down at his calf, so you know that usually that's the case in those situations. We'll keep it here.
You know, and again, I think we can maybe point to the Caleb Yang injury from the first half as maybe having a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's got a more significant meaning to this offensive front than what we know. I mean, Caleb's one of the senior anchors on that line, obviously, and so tough.
Yeah, it brings physicality.
He's so tough. 3rd and 13 now for the Hilltoppers on Rice Lake's 32-yard line. Larson in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left. Single setback. Larson back to pass. Dropped by Burnett. And a tough incompletion there for Onalaska. 4th and 13. Big 4th down here for the Hilltoppers. Aquinas up 47-0 now on Stanley Boyd in the 3rd quarter. Cashton 27, Bangor 14 in the 3rd. Shotgun, Larson back to pass. Pressure coming, down the middle, short. And I think the pressure is getting to Aiden Larson a little bit. He had a wide open wide receiver and he just threw it short. Rice Lake will take over.
Yeah, they've definitely disrupted the timing of Onalaska's offense tonight. I'm not sure what you do to adjust to that.
Well, you definitely got to get a stop on this drive if you want to have any chance to get back into this football game. Rice Lake, though, starting to really control the ball on the ground. And we talked about number 42, Easton Stone, the sophomore. He's been really the predominant ball carrier tonight for Rice Lake. Fensky under center. Motion right. Give to Stone. Breaks out of the right side. Stone carrying tacklers. And about a 16-yard gain for the Hilltoppers. Some extracurriculars behind the play with Bolstead and Elliot Nolan. What a run by Stone, Coach.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the stats here. He's got 28 carries on the season is all. 5th most carries on the team for just 80 yards. So perhaps an injury there. He's only played in 7 games, but he's up to about 80 yards tonight alone.
Now the sophomore fullback is having a good night tonight. Pitch out. Belangia has a hole. Good blocking by Rice Lake, and Belangia loses his own footing. And he's still down. Hopefully he's okay. That would be a big blow to Rice Lake if they lost him. He kind of tripped himself up there and then started clutching that left leg. And he's got his hands on his helmet. That's never good. And we'll take a quick break here and come back. Score here from Rice Lake. The Warriors up 22-7 on the Onalaska Hilltoppers. High school playoff football action on CRSN.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal.
And Belangia is still down. About four personnel, a couple trainers down there, and hopefully he's okay. That's, you don't want to have anything serious with a kid with a future like that. And he gets up and he's gingerly walking off, and thing you look at, it's big loss if he doesn't come back in this football game. Looks like he's getting up under his own power, though, so that's a good sign if you're a fan of the Warriors.
Yeah, that would certainly change some scheme things that Onalaska can do defensively if he's unable to return.
2:42 left in the third quarter. Rice Lake up 22-7. Driving again with the football. A lot of running here by the Warriors. Easton Stone with a coming out party. The sophomore tonight's been huge for Rice Lake. Give us to Lindau. And only gets a couple, and there's a penalty flag on the play, usually in the area of holding. We'll see what the call is. And Onalaska pointing back has to say that that's going to be the way it goes. See what the call is.
Number 61, replay first catch.
Well, Scott Gilbert on the hold for Rice Lake. Not many penalties for the Warriors tonight, Coach.
Again, I think that comes back to the coaching. Disciplined, well-coached teams usually don't get a lot of penalties, usually don't make a lot of mistakes.
First and 19 at the 47.
The head coach is Dan Hill for the Rice Lake Warriors. Tom Yashinsky speaks very highly of this program. And the score tonight would definitely acknowledge the talent here. And a good deceptive trap to Lindau. Lindau with some, and it looks like he's coming up lame too. So Lindau coming up lame on that run. I saw the tire kind of blew out there as he got out to that left-hand side, and probably a cramp.
Line of scrimmage, the 28-yard line of Onalaska.
22-7 in favor of Rice Lake, and they're driving again. So the Warriors looking to extend this lead here on Onalaska's 28-yard line with 2:06 left in the third quarter. There's a nice fake to Stone and trap to the left-hand side, Coach, and you could see that that was probably coming at some point in this game.
Yeah, as much success as they've had with Stone carrying it.
Of course, Lindau out on the sidelines as well. So Lindau and Belangi right now both on the sideline for the Warriors. And Stone on the right-hand side is stopped. And a good tackle by Sommerfeld.
Met first by Aiden Summerfield.
That's really the first time they've stopped him on that play.
Yeah, good penetration by the Onalaska defense. 2nd and 10 now for Rice Lake. Under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Level 2 playoff action on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Scotty Grant and the head coach of the Lady Hilltoppers, Shane Schmaling, on the call. Jeff Ross on camera. Happy he's not in the bleachers tonight. I'm happy you're not either, Jeff. I like it when you're here. Still won't ride with us, though. Boy. Stone with a huge hole in the left side and breaks out for another huge gain. That left side has been kind of at the Achilles heel of the Onalaska defense tonight.
Yeah, the first hit there was up high, and he just ran right through it.
Yeah, like you said, high runners, you don't want to hit high. That's for sure. I mean, that's right in their wheelhouse. And we have another injury.
I think Fenske's down now.
I don't think it's Fensky. Is it Stone, though?
No, it's not Fensky. I can see him on the sideline.
Man, a lot of cramping up here with the weather getting cooler as the night progresses. It's supposed to get down to 37 degrees tonight. Football weather for sure, but it's been abnormally warm, I would say, this time of year, Coach, until recently.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. As I always say, the only good thing that happens in the winter is it happens to be a basketball season.
CRSM would like to thank Every Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving the La Crosse area since 1969. Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. And Slumberland Furniture, design your way. That's Slumberland Furniture. Big defensive stand for the Hilltoppers here if they can pull it off. But right now, Rice Lake controlling the tempo. And ever since they got the running game going in the second half, it's been all Rice Lake, Coach. And Onalaska, you know, haven't seen them flustered in the passing game all season. Even in the games that were close, they were able to maintain composure and make some big plays. But tonight, the pass rush for the Warriors has been getting into the head of Aiden Larson. You can see that.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think often the deeper you get into the playoffs, the more the game's determined by the line of scrimmage, offensive line versus defensive line, both directions. And thus far tonight, Rice Lake has kind of won that battle.
So Parker Owens, the junior guard, and has had a good night. Also up at the defensive line for Rice Lake is walking off the field, and got to think it's cramping with this weather, Coach.
Yeah, it looks like it. They're bringing him over the sideline and they're trying to stretch him out, but easier said than done.
And the Warriors come back out now. Fensky leading the charge for Rice Lake, looking to see if they can put another score on the board, up 22-7 with 1:09 left in the third quarter. Motion left. Give us to Stone, and what a cutback inside, and that's an easy touchdown for the Warriors. And Easton Stone, the sophomore, having himself a game you dream about as a young man playing high school football, Coach. What a night for him.
That gives him 65 yards in the second half alone.
And the Warriors now up 28-7. And they'll go for two. Fensky. Motion left. And Fensky keeps it. And he's going to get in for two. So 30-7 now in favor of the Warriors. And Onalaska's got a big hill to climb. Under a minute left in the third quarter. This is high school football Level 2 playoff action on CRSN.
Have you been wanting to shop for furniture but worried you missed out on the big summer sales? No worries. This weekend only, you get our best discount of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. And everyone gets an extra 30% off our already low Slumberland prices. Saturday and Sunday only, shop our wide range of furniture and in-stock items. Online too. You haven't missed it. Shop Saturday and Sunday only at Slumberland Furniture.
30-7 now in favor of the Warriors, defending Pug Lund Field here tonight, here in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, Level 2 playoff football action. Scotty Grand and the coach Shane Schmaling. And coach, this is a big hill to climb here for Yash and the coaching staff of the Hilltoppers, and we'll see if they can get something rolling. But Rice Lake's defense has been so good tonight, and the running attack is really starting to wear down on Alaska's defense.
Yeah, they're a good football team.
Deep kick. Odom back, and just going to let that one bounce into the end zone, and Onalaska will get the ball back here. Again, under a minute left in the third quarter. And time to pull out the bag of tricks. Let's see what Coach Yash has dialed up here for the Hilltoppers. Shotgun formation, strong left. Single back. Larson back to pass. Looking down the field, throws it over the middle, almost picked off by Belangi. So Belangi back in there on defense for Rice Lake. And a dangerous throw by Larson.
I was watching their defensive set there. They were manned up on the receivers, and they got Belangi just a single high safety.
Yeah, they're not going to let nothing get behind him, I don't think.
And he covers some ground.
He does. He's a good athlete. Definitely the best one I've seen this season of all the games that I've watched so far. Delayed give, and that's Bonner. Bonner not going to get much. Good tackle by Stone. Doing it all for Rice Lake tonight. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Third down and 11 for the Hilltoppers. Onalaska at their own 19. And will they let this just run down to the end of the half? I don't think they can. I think they got to get something off here. Larson out to Odom. Nicky, good catch. And they're going to mark him short of the first down by a couple yards. 9 seconds left in the third quarter. 4th and 2 for the Hilltoppers. Cashton has knocked off Bangor 34-14. That is a final. So Bangor out of the playoffs. Cashton advances. Congratulations to Coach Hemmersbach and the Cashton Eagles. That's a big win for that program. Bonner, left side, nothing. Rice Lake's going to get the ball on Onalaska's side of the field. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Good penetration by the Rice Lake defense, Coach. They've been doing it all night, and another big play there.
Yeah, just a sound defensive football team. Quick off the ball, a lot of helmets to the football, and then when you got a guy like a Belangi that can cover up the backside for you there, it lets you that's probably why they can be so aggressive up front. It's kind of like in basketball where you got a 6'8", 6'9" kid protecting the rim for you. You can get out and pressure a little bit knowing you got that behind you.
I remember watching Sam Oakey when he played at Cassville, and there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
What could have been with Sam Oakey?
Oh, boy, he was fun to watch in high school.
Fensky, quarterback keeper. Nobody by him. He's got room to run, and he's going to be tackled high there. Good tackle by Pika to save a touchdown for Onalaska, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Rice Lake up 30-7 as we go into the last quarter of play. This is Level 2 high school football playoff action on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Coulee region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal. Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs.
Fourth quarter action coming up here on CRSN. The Rice Lake Warriors up 30-7 on the Onalaska Hilltoppers, and Onalaska desperately needs something to go their way here if they want to get back into this one. Rice Lake totally in control since the second quarter of this game. Motion left, Fensky keeps it, and he's going to get in for the touchdown and made that look easy again on that left side, Coach. Onalaska's had some problems over there tonight, and Fensky almost walked right into the end zone on that play with the key, of course, on Stone, who's been so good tonight.
Yeah, you got to overcommit, and that's exactly what happened right there. They're diving down to take that middle dive away, and it just opens up the crease on the outside.
Well, Rice Lake comes out and scores immediately here in the fourth quarter, and they're going to go for two. Fensky rolls out. Good pressure by the Hilltoppers. Fensky gets away from one and throws it, but incomplete. So 2-point conversion, no good. A 29-point lead here for the Rice Lake Warriors. And Onalaska will get the ball back here with 11:55 left in the fourth quarter. This is Level 2 high school football playoff action on CRSN.
It's raining again. You're trying to sleep upstairs, but you're thinking about what's going on down here. How is your sump pump doing? Is it still running? What will you find in the basement? At Every Plumbing, we want you to sleep with confidence during the heaviest of rains. Our double sump pump with controller system will give you that confidence. It minimizes wear and tear on pumps, and if one fails, there's always a backup. Call Every Plumbing today for a free estimate.
36-7 now in favor of the Warriors, and Onalaska's season looking kind of bleak right now, Coach, here as we progress in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, as I look out at the kids, just a little bit of a deflated look. First time I've really seen it all year as well, but you know it happens. You're so pumped and big game, and I think the realization may be starting to hit them that it might be coming to an end tonight.
And Rice Lake will kick the ball off. Nikki Odom back deep, of course, for the Hilltoppers, and they're going to kick it to Nikki, and Nikki going to get a chance here. Nikki outside. Going to get on the edge, but good pursuit by Rice Lake Special Teams and knocked out of bounds by number 8, Carson Tomich.
I want to give a few shout-outs if I can.
Absolutely.
First of all, good luck to the
Onalaska. You drove up here, so you can do what you want.
Good luck to the Onalaska boys cross-country team at the state meet tomorrow. Coach Shep has got a great season again, does a fantastic job with that program. So we wish the boys good luck. We got a few area volleyball teams playing in sectional finals tomorrow. Aquinas is playing in the sectional final to advance to the state tournament, as is Holman to advance to the state tournament.
Yeah, how about Holman's run? They, man, had a great season. That volleyball team's been something else. So 11:48 here, Onalaska down by 29 points, 36-7 the score. Larson now sets up strong left. Single setback Bonner. And they'll give it to Bonner. Bonner with a hole up the middle and carrying a few people. Nice run by Robert. Look at that. Good effort by Bonner. And Rice Lake says they have the football. Did they pull it out when in the scrum? We've seen that happen before with Pika last week. And they're going to say that he was stopped and no forward progress was made after that initial hit.
At the 33-yard line, second down.
So second down for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, it looks like Rice Lake has done a little substituting on defense as well here.
Get some more fresh bodies in there. Of course, being up 29 points, get some of your key contributors out and rest them up for next week if this game goes according to what they think is going to happen here. Bonner. And good effort. Going to be close to the first down. First down, Hilltoppers. Or no. You're going to say he's short?
No, they're just late moving.
I was going to say, let's get on it here, people. Come on.
They're probably cold down there. It's moving a little slow.
Strong right. Single setback Bonner, Larson to throw. Quick out, hitch, nice hit. Man, what a hit by Nolan. You know, Nicky's had a pretty good season, but tonight he's been very well controlled by this Rice Lake defense. Nolan Fitzgerald. Nolan playing out there with one hand. But man, is he a good DB. Good instincts. 2nd and 5 on the Onalaska 41-yard line. Fake give. Nope, give it to Nicky. Nicky to the outside. Belangi comes and makes a great play on Nicky Odom. Two best players on the field, and Belangi wins that battle, that's for sure. Man, Belangi's so talented. He's going to a D2 school.
Yeah, boy, you know, you've said it a few times tonight.
He's
after
good.
Getting to see him, I think he's perhaps, you know, it's hard to say. There's not a lot of difference between D2 and D1 kids, quite honestly. Might be a situation where he wants to stay kind of close to home, but boy, is he a talented kid.
I tell you, he's the best wide receiver I've seen this season line up on the opposite side of the Hilltoppers. Yeah, maybe the best player. Larson back to pass. Got somebody deep and just overshoots. Michael Skemp. Good coverage out there, actually, on the recovery by Nolan, who was beat initially on the route.
And it brings up 4th and 5.
4th and 5 for the Hilltoppers, and time running out on the Onalaska season. No matter the outcome, good season for the boys, though. A lot of hard-fought victories, a lot of heartbreaking losses, but, man, they were in every game this year. This is really the only game that I felt like that the other team really controlled tempo and got them off their game plan. Larson rolls out left. Pressure coming. Gets rid of the football. And going to be a catch and a nice throw. Skemp on the catch that time, and good delivery by Larson. So first down for the Hilltoppers. They'll keep the sticks moving here. See if they can cap off this drive with a touchdown.
Just shy of the Warrior 48-yard line.
This will be 1st and 10 on the 49 of Rice Lake with 9:22 left in this one. Scotty Grand and the coach Shane Schmaling here from Pug Lund Field in Rice Lake. Bonner on the carry. Left side, got a hole. Runs over one tackler, and he's going to get a first down. Tackle by Fensky. I don't think Fensky wants to get in Bonner's way too often. I don't think too many people want to get in Bonner's way too often. He's a big kid.
He gets ahead of steam and gets downhill. Yeah, I would agree. That's a big body.
I always move like that when I see a 2 for $5 double cheeseburger special somewhere. I'll get a head of steam going for that. No bread, right, Coach?
Yeah, no bread. Please, don't even say that word, please.
2nd and 1. Bonner with the give up the middle, and man, collapsing instantly is the Rice Lake defense. Fensky and Nathan Carroll on the tackle. Good job on camera tonight, as always, Jeff Ross. I've actually watched more of his camera work than the field tonight to pick up some numbers. That's how good Jeff Ross is, ladies and gentlemen. Larson on the keep on the left side. Good block by Hellickson. Going to get a couple yards there. Going to be a first down for the Hilltoppers. 8:06 left in the 4th quarter. Onalaska driving on the Rice Lake 32-yard line, and offense been pretty quiet for the most part. Starting to get something going here late.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him finish this drive and punch it in, have a good feeling about it.
Yeah, see the police keep coming in and out of here, and I swear I didn't do anything. I've been very kind since I've been here. I haven't said anything mean or anything, that's for sure. And a sack. Wow. Gunderson just dominated that right side, and I have never seen Ben Bossman on his back this season, and that time, wow, explosive. Anyways, like I said, we see the police coming in and out of here. I've been kind. I haven't said anything mean. They've been really good to us here in Rice Lake, you know.
I know you were eyeballing that food over there.
I know, but I didn't. I've maintained my composure, as Will Ferrell would say. Maintain your composure. Strong left. Larson now wings it and off the hands of Burnett. And like we said, Coach, the timing a little bit off tonight on some of these things that we've seen all season. And
yeah, those are passes that they've completed all year. And, you know, you have those games once in a while. You're
right.
16, 17-year-old kids out here. And, you know, just unfortunate that it may be an off night. But I think Rice Lake's defense had an awful lot to do with that as well.
Yeah, it's like the Arizona Cardinals had an off night offensively last night. Maybe Joe Barry isn't the defensive coordinator. Maybe it's who was the D-back coach last night?
Jerry Gray.
Yeah, dude, he was a good D-back coach in Minnesota too. And a delayed quarterback draw by Larson gets a couple yards back. Owens on the tackle, so he's back in there. Left the game for a little while. A lot of rotating for Rice Lake right now. Obviously, you want to give some of your big-time players some rest.
Well, that's nice to see. These kids probably did a lot of scout work this week, getting them prepared.
Oh, they were ready for Onalaska.
Yeah.
This is the best prepared team I've seen against the Hilltoppers this season. I don't think there's any question about that. Larson back to pass, and he's got 3 on the left. Going to throw it back and drop by Burnett. Maddie's had a few drops tonight. Gunderson on the stick immediately. Northwestern up 28-13 on West Salem. Looking to close that out. Couple finals now. Just went final. Aquinas advances to level 3 as they take out Stanley Boyd, or as Rick calls them, Uncle Stanley Boyd, 47-8. They're actually called the Orioles, but I thought that was kind of humorous. Cashton beats Bangor 34-14. So the Eagles take out their longtime rival in the playoffs, and that's going to stick in the craw of the Cardinals, I think, this offseason for sure.
Yeah, it's turning into quite a rivalry.
Well, back when I played, Cashton was the rivalry game. Fensky actually is trying to see who got, was it Owens? Yep, Owens on the carry. Or Stone, excuse me. But that was the rivalry game. We look forward to playing Cashton every year. And both us and them were pretty decent football programs at that time. But Cashton was always one of those teams, them and Royal and DeSoto, when DeSoto played in the Scenic Bluffs. Those 3 teams were always the teams that were within the conference championship talk. And Bangor at that time, we were not. That was a program that was still up and coming. And Kevin Kravick, that was his first season as head coach. We won conference that year when I was a junior. Of course, Kevin came back and helped Muhlenberg with that successful run of a couple state titles.
Yeah, Rick had a great run there as a head football
Yeah,
coach.
I mean, Rick Muhlenberg is a great head coach. And Kevin Kravick is a great defensive coach, just like Tom Yashinsky and Coach Bushman for the Onalaska Hilltoppers. And I'm sure Coach Yash is going to be disappointed with the outcome of this game, but he's really grown this program into something respectable, especially in our area. Man, he does a great job with the kids. They love playing for him. There's no question about it.
You know, nothing wrong with getting to level 2 of the playoffs. That's something to
I know he
be
wanted,
proud of.
He wanted to punch that ticket.
Yeah,
I know, and it's going to happen one of these days for him. He's just too good of a coach for it not to. Fensky takes the snap. Pitch out to Belangi. Belangi with a seam. Belangi breaking about 5 tackles and getting the first down.
I'll be honest, I'm really surprised he's in the game at this
Yeah,
point.
I would pull him too. That's just me. But, you know, that's why we call games. But you actually coach, but that's basketball. That's,
yeah,
you know.
A little bit different, but boy, you'd hate to see a kid like that go down with an injury right now and not be a factor next week.
It's nice to see you so calm up in the booth, Shane. You know, sometimes I look down on the floor.
It's rare.
I see the unbridled passion that you have for coaching, and it's fun to watch, man. It really is.
I appreciate that. I do love it.
Fake Fensky. Fensky looking. Good pressure by the Hilltoppers. Fensky running for his life. We got 5 Hilltoppers back there. He gets away, though, and almost throws it away for the most part. He had a receiver in the area. Number 9, Tegan Schuer, was in the area for Rice Lake. So 2nd and 10 now for the Warriors. 3:48 left in this one, Coach.
I'll openly admit I got a lot of old school in me, but 36-7 with about 3.5 to go, and you're still trying to throw the ball. I got to question that a little bit.
Yeah.
Most teams will just stick it in the ground, get the clock moving.
Get these kids out of here and let them enjoy the victory. I mean, you know, they've earned it. Rice Lake has everything to be proud of tonight. They had a good game plan. They executed it well. And they give to Lindau, and he's going to get about 3. Time ticking away on the football season here for the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Of course, we got our winter sports schedule coming up on the Cooley Region Sports Network. You can go to our website, Cooley Region Sports Network .webs.com, and check that out. Full slate coming. Boys and girls basketball. Of course, Rick Franke going to hit the rink with the Very passionate Tim Ebner, who will probably talk about cheesy dippers about 5 times a game. And Lindau on the carry. Going to get about 6. As Rice Lake is just looking to let the time tick away here.
Yeah, I've got them for about 160 yards rushing in the second half here.
Yeah, they definitely turned on the ground game after the second quarter. I don't think there's any question that Onalaska had a lot of problems with that. I'm sure we're going to hear the name Easton Stone the next couple of years up here in Rice Lake, because I tell you, he had a coming out party tonight. I was impressed with him.
Yeah, it sounded like he might have been injured earlier in the season a little bit, but yeah, he's run for more yards tonight than he has in the whole season combined.
And he lines up at fullback. 2 splits and a whistle before the play. And a timeout by Rice Lake.
Timeout, Rice Lake.
Okay. Wondering why we're calling timeout here. 2:15 left in this one. The game's pretty much wrapped up.
Baraboo has just intercepted Mosinee with 11 seconds to go. Baraboo up 35-28.
So Baraboo up on Mosinee, and that makes the Rice Lake faithful happy. We'll keep it here. Of course, if Mosinee were to win, Rice Lake would have to travel there. Baraboo would come here next week.
It is a final now from Mosinee. Baraboo.
Baraboo wins. So Rice Lake will host Baraboo next week here at Pug Lund Field. Again, we'll go through the scores in our area as the 2 teams will advance to level 3. Aquinas with an impressive 47-8 victory over Stanley Boyd tonight. Cashton takes out Bangor 34-14 as they advance to level 3. It's been a long time since Cashton's been to level 3 of the playoffs. So I'll have to look that up maybe and see if we can find that. And Northwestern up 28-13 on West Salem, and you got to think that that's probably almost over there. I can find that somewhere as well. I know Mitchell Speltz from ESPN 105.5 out there doing that game. I'll be joining John Papadopoulos on the way home for the post-game show and break this one down as Stone going to get into the end zone for another touchdown for Rice Lake. So Easton Stone, 33 yards to the end zone for the Rice Lake Warriors, and 42-7 now the score here at Pug Lund Field. Onalaska Hilltoppers season is sadly over.
Yeah, what a game for him tonight. Boy, just not, I mean, the other kids you expected to do some big things for him still did, but certainly he was a big difference tonight.
Absolutely. Motion. Give to Stone for the 2-point conversion, and I think he's going to be short. So no good. 42-7 here in the fourth quarter, level 2 playoff high school football action on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Have you been wanting to shop for furniture but worried you missed out on the big summer sales? No worries. This weekend only, you get our best discount of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. And everyone gets an extra 30% off our already low Slumberland prices. Saturday and Sunday only, shop our wide range of furniture and in-stock items. Online too. You haven't missed it. Shop Saturday and Sunday only at Slumberland Furniture.
42-7 in favor of the Rice Lake Warriors here from Pug Lund Field, level 2 high school football playoff action here on CRSN. Rice Lake controlling the game, coach, ever since the second quarter. Scotty Grant, the coach, Shane Schmaling, and Jeff Ross on camera, which what looks to be our final football game of the high school season.
That should be a good matchup next week with Baraboo and Rice Lake. I think Baraboo, when they did have a little trouble this year, their key player was out with an injury.
Luna Larson.
And he's back.
Odom will return this one. Nicky looking for a block. Gets to the outside, cuts it up nicely, still on his feet, but going to be knocked out of bounds at around the 34-yard line of Onalaska. Yeah, Larson's a different dynamic, and he's tough to stop on the ground and throwing the football. I really feel like that could be an interesting ball game. However, after seeing Baraboo play earlier in the year, I'm really impressed with this Rice Lake team. Not to say Baraboo's they might be a totally different team than what they were earlier in the season, but this Rice Lake team really dialed it up a notch tonight.
Just a quality team in all facets of the game. Line play on both ends. Their skill players were very, very good tonight.
And the give is to Ephraim Coe, getting some time in there, the sophomore. And a nice run off the right side. Going to get about 9 yards. He's 2nd and 1. And under a minute as we go to the running clock now. And this game will be over here shortly.
You know, I mean, this will sting for a while for the kids and the coaching staff, no doubt about it. But I always say it's easier to accept losing to a team that is probably the better team, rather than, you know, a game that you really felt like maybe you were the better team and didn't win. And I think Rice Lake has kind of demonstrated tonight that they might be just a notch above at this point, and there's no shame in that.
Yeah, Rice Lake came out with a good game plan against Onalaska's passing attack. A lot of good pressure on Aiden Larson. Larson hasn't seen that kind of pressure all season, in my opinion. He's been pretty comfortable with the offensive line. That's done a really great job this season. These kids have nothing to be ashamed about. They play quality football. They had a big upset last week on the road. I mean, Coach Yashinsky and his coaching staff do such a great job, and tough way to end the season, but at least you did it in the playoffs. And the final score here from Pug Lund Field tonight. The Rice Lake Warriors advance to play Baraboo next weekend here in Level 3 playoffs. The Hilltoppers go home. Rice Lake wins 42-7. And we'll come back with some post-game thoughts, and I think we're going to have a fast post-game, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll make the trip back to the Cooley region. And again, the Hilltoppers fall in Level 2 action, 42-7 to Rice Lake. This is playoff football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
I was really excited when I was able to get my master plumbers 10 years ago to be a third-generation master plumber in Wisconsin. Grandpa always wanted us to be complete plumbers. You know, we don't specialize in one thing or the other. You know, we can install your septic system one day, repair toilets the next day, plumbing residential homes, commercial buildings.
Well, Mom, what do you think? We've been in business for 50 years now.
And if we want to continue that 50 years, you better get yourself out the door and get to work.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
With the oak and the eagle as witness, consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call State Farm agent Kurt Paff in Onalaska at 608-783-1130.
Imagine if you could feel better and live healthier without drugs or surgery. What if we told you that at Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we can help you turn that thought into a reality for you and your family with safe, gentle, and effective chiropractic care? At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we focus on treating the whole person at one of our multiple locations, located in Southwest Wisconsin. We are a team of family-oriented chiropractors who offer our patients quality care as it relates to nutrition and weight loss, exercise, and living a healthy lifestyle. From newborns to seniors and everyone in between, all of our patients can experience the benefits of chiropractic care. Whether you're visiting us because you want to feel better, get out of pain, or even lose weight, we want you to know that you've come to the right place on your journey to wellness. Through tailored and specific care plans, we'll create the best treatment for your unique needs. And we don't stop there. We'll listen to your concerns and make you a partner in your care. At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we don't just get you well, we'll help you stay well too. Discover the Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center's difference.
Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs. It's the High School Football Playoff Postgame Show on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Now, here's Scotty Gran.
And welcome back to Pug Lund Field. Level 2 playoff football final, the last game of the season for the Onalaska Hilltoppers as the Rice Lake Warriors win in a dominating fashion tonight, 42-7. And Coach, the second quarter probably told the tale once the running game got going. Onalaska really couldn't stop it at that point. And man, the offense is looking good early after answering on that big kick return, but then after that, Rice Lake's defense just put the clamps on the Hilltoppers, and that's pretty much all she wrote.
Yeah, Onalaska had that success early. That was their only scoring play of the game, and really they didn't even really threaten, I guess I would say, to score after that. And Rice Lake, Ethan Stone coming out party tonight, and Belangi was as good as advertised, so really, really good football team. That'd be a great matchup next week with them and Baraboo. I'll be anxious to see how that turns out.
Yeah, and the senior class who's been so, giving to the program, are going to leave its mark on the Onalaska program. Aiden Larson, Michael Skemp, Ben Foss. I mean, you go down the line, Connor Johansson, Caleb Yang, Sam Wallace, Lucas Rice, Donovan Olson. I mean, just to name a few. And Onalaska's coming back with a pretty big football class, though, next year. Of course, Adam Skifton will take over at quarterback next year, and Nikki Odom will be back. So that'll be interesting to see what they come out with next season. But good season overall. Just fell short tonight to a better opponent, and Rice Lake will play Baraboo next week. And one more time, we'll run down some of the final scores in the area, and then we're going to wrap up and head back to the Cooley region where I'm going to be in my warm house. And even though debating to stop at fast food establishments, we'll probably not do that along the way. Cashton takes out Bangor and advances to level 3, 34-14. Aquinas going to level 3, taking out Stanley Boyd in impressive fashion, 47-8. Jackson Flotmeyer, the real deal quarterback, folks. If you haven't watched him, you should. He's pretty good. And then Northwestern takes out West Salem, and the Panthers season is over as well, 42-20. Again, your final score here tonight from Pug Lund Field in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. The Onalaska Hilltoppers season is over, but a good season for the Hilltoppers. Coach Yashinsky and his coaching staff, 42-7 over the Rice Lake Warriors. For the coach, Shane Schmaling, I'm Scotty Grand. Of course, Jeff Ross telling us it's time to go. We'll be back with winter sports action here in just a couple weeks. Good night now.
This has been a Cooley Region Sports Network production of the CRSN YouTube channel and CooleyRegionSportsNetwork.com. All of tonight's WIAA high school football playoff action on Cooley Region Sports Network has been presented to you by Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance Agency of Onalaska. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center. Natural, gentle, and effective care. Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling Service. La Crosse's leader in waste management solutions. Every Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving the La Crosse area since 1969. Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. And by Slumberland Furniture, design your way at Slumberland Furniture. Please subscribe to CRSN on YouTube, and don't forget to click on the bell to get immediate notifications whenever we go live anywhere. Also, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram to see highlights from games. Cooley Region Sports Network. Live, local, and anywhere you can get the World Wide Web. CRSN.